Taking loads again. Got pregnant cause she's taking loads again. Don't know the daddy cause it could be one of 10. Got a due date cause she's taking loads again. Taking loads again. Had too many lovers, now she'll have a baby. Getting help from friends. All those men ran to her, now they're running away. Still she's always taking loads again. Single with kids, she's taking loads again. The rent is due, so right on over she will bend. Sole breadwinner, taking loads again. Taking loads again. All the dads at school have seen pics of her back way. The moms won't be her friend. It ain't perfect, but at least she's doing her way. Still she's always.
If monkeys have one banana, banana rare, banana valuable. But if monkeys grow more bananas, banana become common, banana not as valuable. Demand pull inflation. If monkeys demand more banana, but banana farmer makes same amount, banana price go up because banana more rare. Cost push inflation. If banana demand is the same, but banana farmer have less banana to sell, banana price go up because banana become more rare. Production cost inflation. Monkey buys banana. Monkey eat banana. Life is good. Monkey tell monkey friends about banana store. Monkeys buy all the bananas. Banana farmer has to plant more banana tree, but banana seed become more expensive. So, banana farmer raise price of banana to cover costs.
27, aging stripper, flexible unhooking if customers don't tip her. Sweetly dancing under the black light. If you've got the urge, she'll come home with you tonight. Taking loads, blowing schlong, doing coke, hitting bongs. Put a pinky in ya if you wanna. Blowing schlong, taking loads.
Clarence, mate, it doesn't matter how many times we get beat down. What matters is that we get the fuck up, and we keep fucking trying. You're right, Donny. Now, who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Say it with your fucking chest. I'm Clarence Claymore! Show me what you got, mate. Take that. Fucking touch me, cunt! Fuck, mate. We got a lot of work to do. Now fucking come over here where it's safe. That's it, mate. Come on.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Clarence, mate, you alright?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Fuck, get out of there.
Fucking hell. Poor cunt.
Oh, yeah, Clarence, mate, yeah, she'll be alright now.
Yeah, mate.
Jesus.
Just hold on.
No. Fucking early. Fucking that scene of War of the Worlds? Have you seen War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
The lightning's just fucking constantly coming down and fucking hitting. The fucking tripods come out and they fucking start killing
You're missing a
everyone.
once in a lifetime sighting here. Major live in concert.
Hey?
You're missing the whole thing, cunt.
You seen the original War of the Worlds?
Yeah, Steve.
Clarence, I'm fucking sorry, mate. What we can do? Holy shit! Oh, God.
Just hang in there, mate.
It looks like he's still breathing.
You buy this for $39.99, guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby, you're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99, that's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move, I act quick, I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com, boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99.
Don't gamble. Oh yeah, don't gamble money that you can. Man. I mean, unless it's a lock. There's no such thing as a lock. That's the thing. Unless it's a lock. If it's a lock, oh my God, it's a little different.
Stop gambling, alright? You're one spin away from generational wealth. Your daughter's college tuition is one spin away. Put your life savings on black. Remember that. Just go to Vegas, and if you lose, just keep getting loans. Remember this. Just keep spinning, keep gambling, keep gambling. You can't lose. You literally can't lose. You can only quit.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right!
Give me car, give me wife, give me children. Give me this, give me that. Kill my enemy, kill my enemy, kill my enemy. Give me, kill my enemy. Give me. Anyone that doesn't want me to succeed, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire. Give me this, give me that. Kill my enemy. Give me that. Give me this, give me die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire.
But when you go all in on something, I would say that does take conviction. Now, your conviction might be.
How many chairs are you sitting on right now?
One.
Are you all in on the chair? The point really is you put on one pair of glasses. You've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? The point really is things in your life. Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? Do you take a different way? You know? So my point really is, if you're you get on one airplane, are you convicted? You put your entire family on the one airplane, aren't you afraid? Well, I said, well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
China bad. China real bad, Cap. That them there Donald Trump is going to show those goddamn Chinaman who's what.
What?
We raised the tariffs to 145%. And then guess what?
What?
I doubled it.
What?
To 245%. Now don't be looking at the math. I know it don't make sense what I just said, but we doubled it. Hui hui. We doubled it, you guys. Now, on Twitter, in China, there are many unemployed Chinamen across all of communist China. Across all of communist China. And they're getting social media jobs, pretending to be white, pretending to be Indian, that pretend to be white on Twitter or X. You search your soul, you know everything I'm saying is true. Know your worth.
I'm just gonna say 4chan did go down.
What happened with 4chan, Kyle? Who is the number one people using 4chan, Kyle? It was
these dark elves.
Dark elves, right? So apparently 4chan was being run mostly by government agencies, and the number one government agency was pretty much
Jewish niggas. What's up, nigga? Did I tell you last time you come around here, I'm gonna fuck you up? Now I'm finna get my Jewish niggas. We gonna stab your neck with my bristle knife. We gonna fuck you up, take your money, take your bitches. Shit, better back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up off top, nigga.
It's kind of sad, the race of people who propagated really horrible music into the black community.
Jewish niggas. What's up, nigga? Did I tell you last time you come around here, I'm gonna fuck you up? Now I'm finna get my Jewish niggas. We gonna stab your neck with my bristle knife. We gonna fuck you up, take your money, take your bitches. Shit, better back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up off top, nigga.
So no bullshit token. Strap in for a recession. Dog, we been in a recession. Like, no, dogs, we've been in a recession since quarter 2 of 2022. These hater-ass comments, dog, we've been down bad. China's in deflation right now. Not inflation. Deflation. Give me that demon voice, Kyle.
All right, 1 second. Go for it.
China's in deflation.
Which is bad for them Keynesian economics. Very, very bad. We'll run over, be honest. For you, maybe. Not for me. No, it's not over. It's not over. The M2 is spiking. China's printing money in order to stop they're having to print money right now because no one's using it. Like all these fake things are saying like, oh, the Chinaman, that Xiao Jiang Ping Poo, Winnie Pooh. See, I'm trying to speak English in the United States. I'm fucking choking right now. Winnie the Pooh. The M2 spiked in 2008 too. How many people bought?
Yep.
The poors didn't. And then what happened to real estate in 2011? The poors didn't buy.
Yep.
I was a kid at the time. Poor.
Yeah.
Couldn't buy. But Send in the super Jew. Oh yeah. Shout out to Money Gang. His super Jew meme is insane. 100 viewers. Numbers say it's a bear market. Yet you're here.
We're here.
Well, at least you're trying to stay informed. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. So basically, like they're trying to say, like, oh, the Chinese are dumping the bonds. Dog. Their national currency is not really traded. Like they forcibly made a bunch of Africans in Africa take it with something called Project String of Pearls, right? And they pretty much spent their entire U.S. surplus, which was, I don't know, depending on what time, because they had many trillions in 2008, 9, 10. They wasted through it. They did this whole thing with basically strategically creating essentially military bases across South Africa all the way to basically China, and they've pretty much gone defunct. And they would only basically all the advanced contractors would only take dollars, so they were wasting tons of dollars. They would force like a lot of the African kind of help and stuff to take the RMB, and yeah, give me this, give me that, give me this. They're like, give me dollars, give me that.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that Chinese currency. Die by fire, die by fire. So, Crypto University YouTubers, yeah. So pretty much, what's happening right now is that they're saying that the thing is, the reason why they can't dump it is because they hold something, I think, north of like $800 billion of U.S. Treasuries. That's what China is, which is roughly like 2% of the total amount of bonds, or the amount of like U.S. bonds out there circulating. So it's still a gigantic amount, but it's not a massive amount like they used to have. Back in 2008, they used to hold, I think, over $1 trillion in bonds, and we owed much less debt. So they actually controlled a much larger percentage of all the U.S. debt at the time, because we didn't owe $36 trillion in debt. And it's kind of shitty right now, because like, I mean, I'll be honest, yeah, like right now while things are rebalancing, and we get Jerome Powell out of here, so we start cutting rates. We're just in this weird position where, like, we have to talk about macro, which is world economic news, right? We got to talk about world economic news, and because if you look at crypto, right, there's really no bad news. ETFs are going to come out. They've been coming out. We're going to get the final iteration of the actual stablecoin bill, which is just basically another way to essentially absorb bonds issuance through basically cryptocurrency, because these stablecoins, USDC, USDT, Tether, or any new one that comes out, has to use a lot of the reserves. Either they've got to be in straight dollars or entirely all in U.S. Treasuries, which basically just lowers the cost of borrowing effectively. Trump can't fire Powell. The Supreme Court is an outside on Trump, and brother, he owns the Supreme Court. The entire Supreme, like, was like 5 of them are Republican, 3 he put in there. Bring Gary Gensler back.
Give me car, give me wife, give me children, give me this, give me that, kill my enemy, kill my enemy, kill my enemy, give me, kill my enemy, give me. Anyone that doesn't want me to succeed, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire. Give me this, give me that, kill my enemy, give me this, give me, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire.
Yeah. Well, probably. I mean, honestly, I'm like, the mass deportation thing. I was probably going to get a little crazy.
Yeah.
Probably going to get a little crazy. Clarence Thomas troubles are the only ones worth the hell, for sure. Start preaching some RH gospel again. There's quite a lot. I mean, like the RH ecosystem is pumping pretty decently in the past days and stuff. It's looking like some money's bridging in. Yeah, we're up 30%. So Pulse Chain's up a little bit. I mean, literally, like the other day, this was at 20. It's up. It's 8 now. 28. That's awesome. So PulseX has gone up a lot. Pulse Chain's gone up quite a bit. We had a nice little pump on eHex and PHEX. Ink's up. Not bad. Things are looking not too terrible. That's a good week.
Yeah,
that's a good week, especially in all the turmoil with the rest of the market and stuff. Because if we look over here with the cryptocurrency market, And that's with all the P-Dye bullshit that was going on, which you fuckers all deserve that. Honestly, all you guys deserved it. I mean, you got Somi out here stressing out, losing hair, fucking getting a gag ball in his mouth. Like, dog. That's how bad. You want to know how well P-Dye is going? That well. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, yeah, well. So we got $85,000, you guys. It's all over.
Oh no.
$1,600. Now this should be higher. Obviously, it's probably right now comparatively it should be like a $3,000. Probably right now after that, right? If they both crash, right? It'd be roughly at $3,000. They will no pain. Yeah, and to tell you the truth, there's probably one last, like either the bottom's in right now. Basically, we had the bottom, or we got one more dip, and that's it. And that's it. And kind of like I said, like the worst of it's kind of going to be over around like the Ides of April, which is the 15th. So look at that. We're kind of just in the worst part. The market loves crashes. The market loves pumps. They hate boring sideways periods, which that's what we're in right now. This is when you accumulate more. You normal DCA, and then if we get another big ass dip, that's where you just back up the Brinks truck, and that's what it is. It's kind of funny, man. I'm watching these top TA influencers flip-flop back and forth because guess what? No, what this week is good. So you know what? I mean, I really believe a continuing bull market. You know, we're definitely in the right translated cycle. The market crashes. Well, you see, I told you I had said that we had an 85% chance of this being a left translated 60-day cycle. And to tell you the truth, I mean, we restarted the brand new, cycle and stuff. So because the cycle is over, we're in for another 8 months of pain. Hasomi's Hexperiencing. Oh, I love that. Hexperiencing what's called sunk cost fallacy. Well, I dedicate the song to all the guys who are buying those terrible
Taking loads again. Got pregnant cause she's taking loads again. Don't know the daddy cause it could be one of 10. Got a due date cause she's taking loads again. Taking loads again. Had too many lovers, now she'll have a baby. Getting help from friends. All those men ran to her, now they're running away. Still she's always taking loads again. Single with kids, she's taking loads again. The rent is due, so right on over she will bend. Sole breadwinner, taking loads again. Taking loads again. All the dads at school have seen pics of her back way. The moms won't be her friend. It ain't perfect, but at least she's doing her way. Still she's always
taking loads again. Guys who buy P-Dye are taking loads again. Maria gives them out 1 or 2 or 10. Taking loads again. P-Dye taking loads. They are taking loads all day and night. And follow. That sounds so close to the Taco Bell,
right? It sounds close to it.
Wait. That's a parody. Actually, as a matter of fact, that's actually a good important. Right now, the entire city is bombarded with people here for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like we just had SmackDown last night. The next 2 days are gonna be WrestleMania, and then Monday we're having Monday Night Raw here at the Superdome. The
Allegiant?
No, not the Allegiant. I think they're doing it at the Allegiant, but or the T-Mobile Arena actually for Raw.
T-Mobile.
I think for Raw. The Allegiant one's going to be the WrestleMania. Yeah. It's fucking crazy, dude. I'm just watching people. There's like grown ass men with WWE belts walking around Las Vegas right now. It's kind of crazy. Pull up the James Midget singing to Sigma Boy. Roman Reigns, yeah, Roman Reigns. That's funny as fuck. But yeah, pull me up on the screen, Kyle.
Yeah, good.
All right, so let me put it on my side so I can see. Oh, we have Tether at 99 cents, you guys. It's all over. XRP. So let's just see what's today. Artificial super intelligence down pumped a little bit today. Let's see what's Bitcoin Cash. But nothing's really dipping because some markets recovering a little bit. Some people are buying. Obviously, if we go over to like 7 days, right? Let's say Athena, that's supposed to be like the new age. That one, Fart Coin's down a little bit because it had a massive pump from its lows. You paid attention to the last stream I had, you guys. You know, I said Fart Coin's probably a decent coin to buy. Same thing with Trump Coin. They're both up quite a lot. Let's look at the last 7 days, right? Or last month, right? Shit, maybe I have to go 3 months. Where's the low on this bitch? Yeah, 22 cents, 70 cents, pumped up here to almost $1. Yeah, got a good 4x. It's come down, so not bad, not bad. Let's look at Trump, because Trump's been pumping pretty good too and stuff. Official Trump, we got $8. Chad, that looks horrible. My God. Shock, I'm not in. We topped in November and you didn't notice again. You go, shut the fuck up. Okay, let's look at last month. Okay. Yeah. Actually, this is pretty close to the bottom right here. Is it down? How much is down right now? 88%. Yeah, because it was down 91%. That was the bottom. So pretty close to the bottom. If you're gonna buy Trump, I'd buy some now, or if we have one more dip, that's where you start buying. Basically, this shit ain't going below $4. I doubt it would even go below $6. So, not bad. Cardano might get an ETF maybe, but Doge is a safer buy, I believe. Buying Doge over that, yes. Sui's dirt cheap right now too. It's down. I mean, there's so much good stuff to buy. I'm buying a lot of Sonic right now still, just because that. I got EHEX on the bracket. I'm buying much more EHEX, a little more PulseX.
Oh yeah.
But if I were to look at like, let me go back here to like what's the best deal right now, right? In terms of the majors right here, right? We're probably looking at I have to say Pulse Chain's it's like it hurts me to say that. Like Pulse Chain probably, but like it'd probably be like I probably, believe it or not, if you're just like EHEX, then PHEX, then PulseX, then Pulse Chain. And Ink, I don't know. If you can yield farm it, I guess barely, but yeah. I'd go in that order. Just because EHEX is so cheap right now, like you're getting like $2,000 per million. Get $1 million for nothing, but the rest, then once you have your $1 million, chill the fuck out and just buy some of that. I'm just talking for somebody normal, right? If you got hella guap, then never mind. You can buy yourself quite a lot of EHEX, but you don't have to go crazy with it. But I mean, I've stayed like even through the thick or thin of it, I've done like a 90-10 split. I'm probably switching over right now to probably like a 30-70 split between like 30% EHEX, 70% PHEX. Because you're taking loads again. But yeah. What are you aping? That's on those four inside the ecosystem. I think PGC is a really good deal right now. Teddy Bear, believe it. I mean, I told you guys about Teddy Bear. I said it on my stream earlier and stuff. That was good. It's up a lot now.
Yeah.
So shout out B-Roots. Thank you.
Yeah.
He basically created his own. He forked Teddy Bear away from. It wasn't him, but basically, yeah. Like, come on. They forked the new Teddy Bear away from the Maria Atropa Ropa Zen. Probably not Zen, but I just say Zen because fuck him too. Jack Levin. Which Teddy Bear? The one that's not lame. Not the old one, the new one. But it's risky now. Yeah, well, sort of. What I mean. It's not back to where it used to be, right? But like it's done pretty well. So shout out to anyone who bought it early because we did. So up nice on that. Why did it go down so much? Because it was attached to liquidity with PDI and a whole lot of other shit, right? So all that drama is just bad for business. It really is. Even PGC had to like they basically unbonded their liquidity to it. Smart move, and then that's why they're not down as much.
Yeah.
Teddy Bear didn't do as fast and then got nuked pretty badly. Stuff like that. 15-ish million. Yeah. 10 million on the next Teddy. Yep. And then I think Teddy Bear, if I remember before the big drop, it was sitting pretty comfortably in the $25 million range, around there, $30 million range. That was before the massive pump. I think it went to 50 at some point and then came down. So that's probably the next targets, is getting it probably to like 18 to 22 million market cap, which is not bad. What X's can UFO do? Quite a lot. It's all dependent on the ecosystem, right? Because like if I look right, let me see. I got the saver here. It always goes to Hedron, and Hedron, what a fucking shit show, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, Alex from Hedron, do something, bro. Like, he's like, don't worry, man. My update's coming.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Always coding by yourself when you drop in.
Oh, shit.
Wait, which one's this one, Kyle?
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Oh shit, dude! The stream deck, I got it up and running. What's this one? Oh, the
Roblox.
The Roblox death. Yeah,
Roblox death.
Bro, it got bodied. I mean, it's like eventually there will be an update with it, but Alex is probably waiting, and I'm just fucking busting his balls. But he's probably waiting for Pulse Chain to pump, which is pumping a little bit right now, but you know, the major pumps and stuff. I'm actually going to show a Somi meme in a little bit. And so I'm getting all the updates out of the way before I really get into all the macro talk with China and the tariffs and everything like that, because there's so much to talk about. Calm is advertised by Axis. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Akosa dead. Not all the sacrifice money that was done for Akosa. Wonder where that went. Anyways. But a pretty big beast. Teddy bears, yeah, sitting about 6.6 million, the mark of the beast. Million market cap. The Graves currency sitting at 88 million market cap. This was as high as 300 plus million market cap at one point. It's done a really nice move. So it's not as much of its PulseX, but Pulse Chain, it's bonded pretty heavily to EHEX, PHEX, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Ink token. Ooh. Right, which is good. So obviously it's not going to make the same level of move, but it gets dragged up with that, as well as it causes a lot of buying and selling. And people who are just holding the Grace currency got a decent amount of yield back from it and stuff like that, which is cool. So yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. And I'm guessing this is the old teddy bear, I'm guessing, and that's the new teddy bear, I would imagine, right? Yeah, this is a new one. This is the one I bought way over here. Because I'm a...
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Miguel, why are you buying shit coins? I mean, I literally had what's his fucking name? B-Roots like reposted something I said in the stream. And so I was like, oh yeah, I really like this coin. I've got some and stuff. And he's like, that chart looks nice, man. Let's go back. Let's go back to that teddy bear chart. That looks nice. Because I'm a piece of garbage. Why you always sound not true. Nah, I've been taking profits on teddy bears. I took profits on fat though. Like fat, I made some money on fat, man. That was nice. That saved my Solana bags. I've been taking profits at a 5 million market cap and all the way here. Just take a little DCAs here, and then I'm about to chill off on the taking profits on fat, basically. When are you gonna pump your own tires? I don't know. At some point, I'll do something. I mean, the streets are hungry for it. I mean, everyone's dropping their thing, and then it's failing. So
yeah,
I'll probably launch something pretty cool. See, Alex reminds me of Charles. I'm guessing ADA probably, Charles, right? Yeah, probably. A lot of word salad, looks older. What? Convincing those for plebs. Well, it's just like you need advertising, right? Like, I don't know why he's not giving. I mean, like, okay, I'll call a spade, right? Because like, I don't know why Alex isn't giving some fucking guap over to Crypto Sloth, one of the guys that was like really helping push and really contribute to the community and stuff like that. And there's no incentive to talk about it basically until the new rebrand. But you need people talking about your product because it's all about supply and demand. I mean, the gorillas know about supply and demand. Here, let me put you some economies 101.
If monkeys have one banana, banana rare, banana valuable. But if monkeys grow more bananas, banana become common, banana not as valuable. Demand pull inflation. If monkeys demand more banana, but banana farmer makes same amount, banana price go up because banana more rare. Cost push inflation. If banana demand is the same, but banana farmer have less banana to sell, banana price go up because banana become more rare. Production cost inflation. Monkey buys banana. Monkey eat banana. Life is good. Monkey tell monkey friends about banana store. Monkeys buy all the bananas. Banana farmer has to plant more banana tree, but banana seed become more expensive. So banana farmer raise price of banana to cover costs.
I stand on business.
Fart coin to the moon. It probably will. But you know why? So it's a bit of a psyop. So what is that? What are those dudes' names? Talk man. I forgot the dude's. What the hell is he's a part of a show. He used to do his own show, and now he does like a group show. That's apparently Somi posted this. Shout to Somi that these guys have retired from it and from doing the show. What the hell was the name of the show? I feel terrible about it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because these guys were all talking shit about Richard or whatever, but a lot of their people got pretty wrecked on their plays. Because I know, they got pretty wrecked on it. Where are my bookmarks? Oh, here we go. Somi. What the fuck is his name? It's Steady Lads. That's the name of it. Yeah, these guys were Steady Lads. Pretty sure they got pretty wrecked. Maybe not this guy in the corner, but my God, man, he was pretty badly
or something, right? Or Bond's like, hey brother, take what you got left and put it all in hex.
I saw that, yeah.
It's like, well, all right.
He won the court case or something, right? Or he's free.
There was no court case. They just
got some Asian dude in the corner with a little bit of gyno in a bro top with the name Thicky. Dude, I swear these Asian, we need to start pulling these cards on these Asian guys, bro. Sus is fucked. I know what the anime bros, but we gotta stop with these This is why Ethereum's failing. Is that my ladies? No, let's bring misogyny back into Ethereum, dude. Let's bring some trend balloon sandwiches and fucking. He's an honorary white. Thank you, Rolo. Yes. Oh wait, Rolo, have you seen Pearl's new song?
Taking loads again. Got pregnant cause she's taking loads again. Don't know the daddy cause it could be one of 10. Got a due date cause she's taking loads again. Taking loads again. Had too many lovers, now she'll have a baby. Getting help from friends. All those men ran to her now.
Oh, fuck. What comment? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's just Rolo.
Oh, LOL, yeah. Shout out to Rational Male, Rolo Tomasi, the godfather of the red pill. This space needs it terribly. Now, of course, look, everyone's going to shit on shit. I shit on XRP because I don't own it very much. But if I see an opportunity where I think I can make some money, I will. But that's why I'm just not blanket. I mean, it doesn't stop me from telling the truth. I did say it was even when I disliked it, even back in 2022, that it was very likely that we are going to get a XRP ETF, not an HBAR one, and that XRP was infiltrating more into the government. They had the sort of money from dumping on basically boomers and stuff who believe all the horse shit and cab drivers that believe in XRP, and a lot of it really, like a lot of the XRP grift comes basically a lot over it's leftover spillage game from guys in the silver and gold market, mostly the silver market, where like, look, Clarence, but look, if you look, 1 ounce of gold will buy you an acre of property with a house on it. But you don't understand how rare silver is, Kyle. 1 ounce of silver will buy you the finest of Cambodian sex slave.
Oh,
because in the silver world, in the gold world, slavery's back in style.
yeah.
Yep. Right.
How they like to say it, indentured servitude.
And then like, I mean, my God, the silver grift. My God, the silver grift is so bad. The gold grift is so bad. But these guys essentially took that whole thing there, and then basically it's like, hey, you loser. Yeah, that's me. Hey. Do you know if you buy XRP right now, when we take over as the world reserve currency of the planet, you won't be such a loser, because what? Money makes you not gay.
What?
That's right, not gay. By Mattel. This is the
sell them the product.
Sell them the product. Not gay is one of the most patent pending, powerful things. Look at Jeff Bezos. Not cool. With billions of dollars, fucking a 40-year-old, no, actually, she might be 50-year-old Latina with facelift. It's a holiday in Cambodia. Woo! Oh my God, bros. I love what I do. I really do. This shit is dope, dudes.
Well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world.
Wow.
So gay.
So gay.
Oh my God, man. But like let's take it all. I mean, that's only taking the community to the nth degree and stuff. I saw this kind of cringe shit inside of Hex as well and stuff. I saw it inside of every coin gets size. The Bitcoiners at some point. But you want my prediction? They're gonna start fucking with Bitcoin next cycle. They're gonna do some fuck shit. Now they never have the energy of them because they're buying up and stuff. The cycle always starts the same. Crash. You buy the bottom. You get easy multiples on the bottom, and then a flat line. Hopefully I'm wrong, but like they did this to Ethereum this cycle. What if like next cycle it's just nothing but altcoins running and Bitcoin's just getting plowed?
Yep.
And while it's getting plowed, people in the Bitcoin community will finally have the little religious shake, and they're going to start selling Bitcoin, and then they're going to do that to extract the Bitcoin out before the next halving, and then
shake hands.
Yeah, they're trying to get more of the supply. Have a give a video like you're gay. That's right. The title belongs to Aaron Clary. You got to put him back on Access Vegas, but I want you to put louder. Get like a really squeaky like Jewish lady and like a really crazy ass black girl. Yeah, no. Jersey. Two Jersey chicks, man. Screw those you. Are you Aaron Clary? Oh my God, I really love your show.
It hurts.
You're that asshole guy, aren't you? The guy who does colonoscopies? Oh shit, dude. Or put Aaron Clary right next to something.
By the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
The Aaron Clary mind can't comprehend. It'll be so. Just have a whole show trolling Aaron Clary. What is it?
Two Yentas
podcast. Like have an entire have an entire panel of chicks that hate hiking. Could you imagine? I hate people who hike. Well, fuck you, bitch. That's why you're overweight and fat. Anyway, do I think POL can get to adult? POL? What's POL? Not sure. Get him next to a boost. No, I mean he's not short. Aaron Clare's not short. I will say this: as I've known it, I've seen him. He looks like he's losing more weight, or like he's getting. He's very active, very fit guy, and stuff like very in shape and stuff. But yeah, he's pretty leaned out and stuff. At least from the first time I ever saw him, in terms of like, especially back then, he was like when I first saw him on YouTube, he was chunkier. Well, not chunky. He never was fat, but like he was drinking and smoking more, and now he's outdoors working out more and stuff. He looks very good. He's really in shape, basically. The Matic upgrade, man. Fuck Matic. That's the Indian chain. Jeet chain. The Jeets chain. Jeets. And what are Jeets?
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Right. Not great chain. Not a good chain. 2 chains. All right, Kyle. I got to put my screen back up. So, pull screen. Let's finish up this thing. Let's hear the trash talking.
Bond's like, hey, brother, take what you got left and put it all in hex.
I saw that, yeah.
It's like, well, all right.
He won the court case or something, right? Or he's free.
There was no
free.
court case. They just decided that it wasn't under jurisdiction, so they they dropped the case. I don't know. So,
not true.
Wow. You bought all that ETH for nothing.
Yeah, him and Justin Sun have all the ETH now.
Now I will say this: so these guys can laugh, but these fuckers were buying Ethereum the entire time. They may have divested at the end there, but these are 4 motherfuckers throwing like rocks at a glass house right here that they live in, right? All the steady lads, these are Ethereum bros. Like, we need to stop with the lies right now. Full screen me again, Kay.
Justin Sun's been trying to keep his ETH bags pumped. He said that he's still optimistic.
Oh, really? That's good. We got him. I don't think that's
not
a bullish thing.
He has to say that.
Tron's a good coin, right?
We got both Justins bullish on these.
It is funny, sirs and madams and squirrels and pups and ducks. It is funny. Just a bit of a slight correction, not that anyone cares, but yeah, Geordie, there was a court case. Richard wiped the floor with the SEC. He was in the top 5%.
Oh, I never knew that. I didn't know Somi had blue eyes. That's crazy.
Of all victories against the SEC. There was
next stream Somi does. It's like Somi eyes, blue eyes, white dragon. Meme coin.
No fraud. Ruled by Judge Ansi Carroll Amon. There was no security stuff. There was no fraud. There's no jurisdiction.
Yeah, he's right.
He crushed them because he has, firstly, the advantage of not doing any fraud, right? And also, he had Donald Trump's and Elon Musk's lawyer, Quinn Emanuel. That helped.
So, okay, because I had seen, so shout out to Somi right here. Like, that's a great, that thing, yeah, the steady lads. This is their final episode. They are stopping. Hopefully not and stuff. I've actually seen a couple of their episodes from back in the day and stuff like that when they started the show and everything, like, because I'm always watching everything, right? And obviously besides buying the bottom and stuff, because we bought the bottom pretty good ourselves. Oh, yeah. But these guys are more like ETH Maxi sort of guys and stuff like that. And not one of these guys is like, I'm a Bitcoin only guy. None of these guys at all. So like, they lagged behind the market for a long time. They stayed away from meme coins. They stayed away from tons of stuff. And then eventually later in the cycle, they said, fuck it, we're wrong. We need to reevaluate. And they got into AI a little bit and stuff like that. And that trend ended. So oops, ouch. Hopefully they took profits. The meme coins died. Ooh, ouch. Hope they took profits. I know Takumi, I think that's his name. Oh, it's actually on the screen.
Yeah.
I like my way better. You know, it's Lord of War. No, Warlord. I like my way better. Lord of War. But Taki here, he was really pumping the crap out of like Fartcoin and Godus Maximus. He made some money on Godus Maximus.
Yeah. Then
that started going down, and then he put some more money into Fartcoin, and it did really good. And then it didn't do so good. So a lot of his followers got pretty wrecked on the downswing on that because it was so dramatic on Fart Coin. And this is what they won't talk to. This is the whole thing about a lot of these podcasts and stuff about being really highbrow and doing all this stuff. Like we're super intellectuals. My buddies are in are VCs and these sort of funds and stuff and this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, yeah, I guess, but are you really making money? Because like you missed most of the fucking of everything. Like now you can't catch everything. I'll be that, but like a lot of it too. Like a lot of things were missed. A lot of things were late. And they were like, these guys were pretty highbrow about like, oh, this is so stupid, this and this, and missed quite a lot of stuff. I think they did get midway into Solana though, but then they missed the first kind of round of the meme coins on Sol and stuff like just because too good for it.
They didn't even get in N2.
Yeah. Treats me. What was the comment? Miguel, do you treat crypto like a crap stable? It's been helping my bankroll looking like that. Yeah, I mean, like it's just because this we're in a kangaroo market. We've been in a kangaroo market, so it's just like you take profits where you can, and you have to sometimes you have to save up, like take some money out enough to like make it a couple rolls. And how much is a roll? Once every month, like every roll is a month, or every essentially thing is every like basically the thing of is like how much would I need to like take my principal out, take some extra profit on top of it, especially if you are in profit. And then use that capital to springboard into other things. And then if it really starts turning down, then you can take massive profits on it, have cash, and then re-roll into other stuff, basically. Right? Benny Blanco, man, what's going on, brother? Yeah, they told him that because like apparently like I think they did like a shit post where like, oh fuck, I'm hella down right now, or I got liquidated. Is like put the rest of it into Pulse Chain. So there's always some Pulse Chain G out there doing that shit. But yeah. So let's see, no bullshit token. The bear market started when Trump's inauguration and the tariffs. It was a bull market for 2 years. Well, yes, technically for us, yeah, but like for retail or what would you classically consider a bull run, we hadn't gone into it yet. Because really, like, if you look at it, right, Solana ran, but most of the L1s did really terribly. Most of the Ethereum coins didn't do good at all because there's been a market-wide effort, mostly on institutions, to suppress Ethereum. Now, you had the ETF come out, right? But that's not the ETF that should have passed. It should have been an ETF along with staking yield to make it attractive, because if you just compare, you can't compare like Bitcoin, Ethereum, apples to apples, right? Or, I mean, it's apple to oranges. And you needed that staking yield in order to make it like, oh, wow, I'll invest in Ethereum because I'm getting a dividend out of this, which TradFi will understand. And that makes it a lot more. ETFs aren't coming back. I think they're evolving. Like, I mean, there was a time where like Pudgy Penguins bought, like some guy bought all the IP from Pudgy Penguins. He created a whole line inside of Walmart for Pudgy Penguins, and then eventually he airdropped a coin for Pudgy Penguins. That's actually probably how we're going to end up. Like, if the cycle got hot enough with enough retail in it, interest, like people would either start buying the IP for the most popular NFTs, or themselves would just launch a meme coin and airdrop their users, which is a great way to actually, keep that whole brand alive. The whole thing is about like brand, basically IP, basically. I think that Bitcoin Stacks is going to have another good run with Bitcoin, but it's all over. We're in a bear market. Remember, you guys have convinced me.
8 more months.
8 more months, you guys. But let's just say you guys were right? Like, let's just say the top was in November. Let's say.
Okay.
Then we're not. The bottom would be probably. Let me look. Taking loads again. It'd be in October.
Yeah.
Bottom would be in October. So we've got a decent. We got like not 8 months, but we got like what, 6 months?
6 months of pain.
6 months. Taking loads again. You guys convinced me that it's all over again. I didn't record that part. That's so funny. Might as well keep DC. I mean, like at this point, like that's the whole thing, basically, right?
Yeah, it's chopped.
Because if we really did a big retracement, right, on Bitcoin, right? Because let's just say it's 109,000 was the top, and it was all over the bear market. So Bitcoin needs to drop to about. Let me just do them. I'm trying to get the math here correctly. $25,000, 25 or there's extra supply in Bitcoin. I have to do the math, but like let's just call it like 28 grand. Bitcoin needs to drop to about 28 grand because the last all-time low was 15,500. So Bitcoin has a way to drop right now. So if we're in a bear run, like Bitcoin needs to drop an additional. Hold the screen, Kyle.
Yep.
Actually, wait, let me share the screen. Sorry. Yeah, I mean it's now every cycle it dips less, but it still is gonna. It didn't pump that much. Look, like even though we did pretty good from the bottom, right? That's normal. That's normal returns, right? But like, here, let me go here.
Compared to its last high.
Look, yeah, compared to its last high, right? Bitcoin went from $69,000 to 15,500. That's a pretty. I mean, that's a decent drop, right? But every cycle it's becoming less and less. So right here, okay, boom, 69, right? That's 20 grand, 69,000 double top right here, crash right here to what 15,000 doesn't even show it right here, but 15,500, 109. So there's about a $50,000 difference in the price. So even if you're at, let me make the stupidest argument. Let me just add 50% of that. So that's what, let's see. And I know that's wrong, right? But let's add the margin of safety here. So 15,500, right? 15,500 was the last all-time low, plus 50% of that, which is $7,750. That puts us at $23,000. And every cycle is there's ETF purchases, Sailor getting liquidated. Michael Saylor getting liquidated, but you have ETF purchases and you got retards that bought ETFs that are going to sell the ETFs at losses. That could let's just put a margin of error of let's put in another 7,750 more dollars on there. Yeah, that's about right. That puts us about like 30 grand, maybe $31,000.
31,000.
So we got a ways to go, bro. We got about let's do the math on 31,000, right? $31,500 subtracted from 85,194. We've got $53,000 or another trillion market cap so basically the market cap's going to go to about $696 billion market cap. So we need to shave off $1 trillion, you guys. Come on. Oh, it's the whole thing. You never
the
cut
whole
it?
thing.
Ah,
yeah,
Kyle.
Couldn't get the whole thing.
Come on, you guys, dump the Bitcoin to we gotta shave off $1 trillion for the summer. Sailor, you hear me? I'm coming for you. That means Ethereum will probably hit a new low. So Ethereum hit a low about $780, give or take. Could be off by $20 there, but that means Ethereum will probably on that drop to
500.
No, I'd say it's gonna be bad. $350, $350. Come on, Bear. There's plenty of time. Come on the pool, you guys. Plenty of time.
ETH 200.
Come on, you guys. Come on. The water's fine, you guys. Come on. Bull market over. Come on, you guys. That's what you guys want, right? Your portfolios. That's your portfolios right there. You think Hex won't go to zero? Fuck, man. We're going to add extra zeros. Oh, and don't anyone holding Fart Coin or any of the other coins fucking laugh, because Fart Coin will literally go to a fraction of a penny. Let's go down the list, you guys. Let's be an asshole today because the bull run's over. That's what the whole chat knows what they're talking about. Let's start talking about BNB. Oh my God. I mean, BNB historically holds up better than Bitcoin during drops, but even CZ Shang Ping Pow can't stop it from fucking dropping that much. So man, that means he'll get liquidated because he borrowed a lot of money A lot of money at $300, you guys. ILV will be worth literally a penny.
Load up.
This is what you guys want, baby. This is what you guys want. You guys want the bear market. You guys like, where aren't we in a bear market? Bitch, we haven't even started this drop. We haven't Solana Malama. That'll go to like if we get Salama, it'll do better than that. If there's an ETF at least, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It might go to $20, $30, $20. Plenty of time. Jump in the water, you guys. Plenty of time. Let's keep going. Dogecoin. Oh my God. Doge. If ETF passes, damn dog, it'll go lower. Even with the ETF launching, it'll crash so bad, bro. Because you knock $1 trillion off of Bitcoin. It will probably go to like 4 cents, maybe 3 cents. Cardano. Oh my God. It'd make a new low, probably 16 cents or lower. Let's keep going, you guys. The Link Marines, this shit will go to 80 cents. Because the entire Ethereum infrastructure will fucking crash to nothing.
Yep. And guess who's chain linked?
But Miguel, XRP though, right? Litecoin? If I could hit this twice. Litecoin will be like,
oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
XRP would probably go down to 15 cents. It'd make a new low. It'd crash bad. It crashed real bad. ETF, if Bitcoin's dropping, if Bitcoin's losing $1 trillion off the market cap, the total market cap of crypto is 2.7 trillion. So we'll lose $1 trillion off of Bitcoin, and then we'll take half that and divide. So the entire market cap of crypto would probably be in the 800 billion range.
I got you, Miguel. I got you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
No, play that shit. Play that shit. Play the whole shit. Are you not entertained, ladies and gentlemen? You want the bear market? I'll give you the bear market. You want death and destruction? You got it. Woo! Hex won't save you. Pulse chain won't save you. Ethereum. Hey, welcome to Time. This is the Rational here. IHatePearl.com. In merch store soon. All your cars are repoed. You mean God damn, bro. Like, oh my God, bro. Let this all y'all. This will be everyone in this chat and the stock market.
Broke nigga alert. 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 Broke nigga alert.
Rolo calls something about residuals. Bro, why'd you flag my shit, bro? Shout out to the Rational Mail, man. Bro, you guys like don't even know, bro. I've been through so many bear markets. I would just like, I'd be like, all right, let it drop. I'll just take some off the top of everything.
Yeah.
And then I'll yield farm stables for a couple months. And then I'll buy the bottom and make multiples again. It does not matter. We'll make the money, but like the chat being like the bear market brothers, if you were in a bear market, it hasn't even, bro, dog.
It hasn't
started. We'd lose another $1 trillion off of Bitcoin. You think it's bad? Like, God damn. I mean, it'd be like, what was it like? Maddie all in is Maddie all out. It's gonna be Maddie all out.
Stack out, stack out.
Tell me we won't have hair by the end of this thing. They're gonna call me DC out.
DC out.
I might actually become in shape. Damn, Miguel's doing real bad, bro. He's real skinny right now. Can you imagine if there's a correlation for how fat I am to how rich you are? Matty all
Was that Ben Mala that said something
Yeah,
like
Ben
that?
Mala, yeah. Can't stomach a 20% dip, bro. DC, you lose. Yeah, never do. These cheeks are immaculate.
The science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Andy Marsh, I don't hear
You
no
know,
bell. Taking loads again. The crypto market's taking loads again.
Look at that. That's the market right now with USDC.
Bro, that's gonna be such a clip right there of me just
like you see.
How you not entertained? Oh my god, bro.
I was gonna say like how you see USDC. That's the market right now.
I've never seen a more misogynistic thing than crypto. Nah, bro, come over to the red pill. We'll show you a thing or two. About a thing or two. We'll put the screen back up in a minute.
Yeah.
But like, so with the M2 supply going up, so it's like the last time the M2 somebody supply went like this. Well, yeah, we were, but by 2008 we were in free fall in equities. Like, and I'm talking about real free fall. We're not this little dip of ants we've gotten is nothing, bro. We've already recovered. Like whatever we. All right, so we crashed down to basically COVID levels, and then we peaked. Not the COVID drop, the COVID tops.
Yep.
And then repumped above there back. Like, we can't handle the truth. You can't. I'd be the first one to tell you, like, oh shit, yeah, we're about to get. But like, here's the thing: is this drop? If we were like, it's just we haven't dropped enough. Like the big catalyst sector around, Bitcoin will keep dropping. Will keep edging down slowly, real edge lord. And then, your boy Sailor gets liquidated. That'd probably be the low on like the Bitcoin low would be his liquidation. Yeah. Hex. I mean, let's look at the price. Let's make everyone cry. Sure. Get back on. There we go. Right. Let's go to GoPulse.com. Let's just scrub this out. So if we lost $1 trillion on Bitcoin, I would say Pulse Chain would probably go to 9. Pulse X would be at 7. Because at some point we just stop crashing because there's not that much selling. Because at that point, like, there's no point of selling. Like, there's no point of selling. There's no point in time selling. Like for a lot of OGs, like, what's the point? Like, selling here, I mean, you did this whole ride just to sell here, like, stupid, right? Mm. But if it went even lower, like recently went to, I think this went to 21, right? And if it did go lower, right, and it would go down to 9, at that point, like, what's the point? Because you're selling $1 billion for $9 grand or less. There's no point in selling. You might as well go to 0. This would probably go down to like 18, maybe. No, maybe 22% of a penny. Maybe a little lower than that, maybe 18, right?
Yeah.
This, oh my god, bro. this one, I mean, literally, you'd be able to buy, like, it'd probably go to $800, like, kind of like we're talking like COVID times for fucking Hedron, where you'd buy $1 million for like $800 or $600 or like less. I mean, it'd be like, yeah, $500 buys you $1 million, buys you $1 million EHEX. $1,800 would buy you $1 million PHEX. Ink token, oh my god, Ink would go down to like 20 cents, like the price of a Cardano, like, bad, So Pulse isn't bonded much to Bitcoin's, sort of, but wrong. You are right. But everyone in Pulse Chain becomes sad boys. So initially, if we have a big drop, we kind of don't dump with the market. But then it's like, wow, this is doing really bad, and maybe I want to buy. Then people sell Hex and Pulse Chain, bridge out to go buy altcoins, or they just they get spooked out by the rest of the market and they start taking profits. That's what happens. I've seen it happen many, many times. Ethereum would be negative. Yeah, Kieran OS money. Come repo his mansion in Australia. Well, the Chinese own it probably now. Yeah. Super rad. Mm-hmm. And the thing is like, you can't throw stones because like every other coin that any of these other faggot influencers are shilling, except for USDC, will be down bad enough where they need to shut the fuck up. If you don't got an army, I'd shut the fuck up. Yeah. The UN, twos, the UN, right? UN twos, right? Yeah, UN twos, right? Sanction me with your army. Oh, that's right. You don't got an army. The XRP army will be fucking outside in fucking cardboard boxes by then. The GG33 prophecy. Yeah, I mean, I believe a horror. I mean, like we'll be in a massive dip in 26 for sure. Yes, yeah. I'm not doubting. That's when Gary. I mean, that's when Gary said. He said in 26.
Yeah.
But I'm with him on that one. But this time around, it's going to be liquidations of like major funds who took out tons of leverage on Bitcoin and on these funds on these what's called ETFs and took leverage out or took loans out on those ETFs. Because you can't there doesn't exist right now, at least that I know of, any large entity or any large product where you can basically buy a levered ETF. Those will come next cycle. But people can borrow money on them just like you can take margin on your account. So yeah. Cardboard blocks. That'll be the blockchain. It's gonna be blockchain is gonna be in the internet. It's gonna be on the fucking street in cardboard boxes. So, man, you guys like doom posting, bros. Just stack your Ethereum, stack your Bitcoin, or fuck Ethereum. Stack your favorite L1. But every motherfucker in here should be buying some Bitcoin. I really like. It's like I'm getting tempted by Bitcoin. I'm just not gonna do it because I bought it there at 15,000. But like I think so I did 15,800. I think I did 18,000. Then I did 25,000. That was my last purchase of Bitcoin. And if it dropped lower, then I'd back up the truck and buy some more Bitcoin for the long term and stuff like that. Like, I mean, listen to this shit. I mean, even though this is kind of like it's kind of a serious thing and stuff, but like, I think everyone should. I mean, no one likes it. It's not sexy to talk about Bitcoin. It isn't, right? Because you're not going to get stupid rich fast. You're not. But over a long period of time, 8 years, you make look. When I first got into crypto, Bitcoin was $400. Today, we're crying about $80,000 Bitcoin.
I didn't seriously start accumulating Bitcoin until like less than a year ago now, because I was just living kind of on fumes and reinvesting everything back into what I was building in my media space. And once I did start seriously, like I had enough extra capital to start putting away like 500 there, 1,000 there. It was an immediate, I think it's at like up 10%, 20% just on this little cycle here. And it's like, fine if it goes back down, but it's just crazy how scary it is from the outside. But once you're inside, it's like so refreshing and relaxing to know that, and this is the thing that all Bitcoiners know, and this is why Bitcoiners are such fun people, and you're a great example of this, is that I've noticed that when I meet Bitcoiners, they're just calmer. They're just chill, and they're not stressed like regular Americans, because I think most of us don't even realize how much of our daily like stress and tension is coming from financial instability, and this sort of subtle knowledge that the system has constantly got me on this, and most people don't realize they're on this treadmill of like, why is it that I can never afford anything? Why is it that I'm always trying to make rent and I'm always trying to pay my bills? And the moment you start to put more and more of your assets into Bitcoin, you don't even notice it at first, maybe if you're not paying attention to the tokenomics of why this is happening, but it's like, oh, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because as this all gets harder, my number's going up in the background and I'm just chilling.
After Jesus started live streaming and the chat filled up, he began to go off saying, "W to those who aren't thirsty for this mid-life, for they will have eternal life. W to those who take L's from this life, for they will receive an everlasting W. W to those who don't throw hands, for they will secure the eternal bag. W to those who want help passing God's vibe check, for he will say bet. W to those who don't cancel others, for they will not be canceled by the top G. W to those whose spiritual fit is immaculate, for their hearts will be cuffed by God. W to those who turn ops into bros, for they will be called CEOs of peace. W to those who catch hands for being valid, for they will not be left unread by God. W to you when the ops be capping hard, and to you so very dirty because you're my fam. Trust, you have crushed it, and have the eternal W, for so they did the true bros before you."
I want they have it. It's called the Gen Z Bible.
Yeah.
Look it up. No, they actually have it. The Gen Z Bible, it's a real thing. The real thing. They also have the Action Bible, which I bought, which is basically it's a they did basically an adult cartoon version of the Bible. It's an action Bible, but it's like literally comic book.
Yeah.
But it shows it actually it's actually really cool because I bought it for my son just because I wanted Michael to see like the Bible and stuff, but kind of have pictures with it and stuff like that. And they're not making fun of it at all. They're actually just showing it's taken very seriously, but it shows it like it's showing like like things you can really imagine. You're like, what does that mean, or like what does that look like? You're like, oh, this. So it's the field. So it shows a lot of the setting in the Middle East and stuff where it was had and stuff. It was really cool. Are you still cool with Fresh and Fit? Yes. Hell yeah! I literally talked to mine the other day.
Yeah.
I talked to Fresh the other day too, GG and stuff like that. I'm gonna go on the 305 podcast. They missed a big opportunity calling it the 304 podcast. Massive opportunity, but I think they did that way. There's 305 is 8 basically. Yeah, but 10K Sonic. I mean, someone asked like how much. What's a good bag of Sonic? I think 10,000 Sonic. That's a good bag. That's a good bag. Yeah. Because if it goes to $8 or $10. She'll be taking loads again.
That's a 6-figure portfolio just on that. If it goes,
my wife wants me to fuck her again. No more doghouse for me ever again. This is 305 because they better than 304. It's nice. So yeah, we're gonna be when we're in Miami. We're gonna be on the 305 podcast, Fresh and Fit podcast. We're gonna be on a lot of podcasts. We have a lot. We actually have quite a few. That's why we're always every quarter is becoming a little bit harder to like. We gotta like we're lining up so many interviews together and stuff like that. When does the quarter course start? I would say the soonest would be end of May, but probably like early June, something like that. I would imagine. Bare ass minimum for S to cycle $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, $5. Well, okay, if I'm being bearish, I'd probably touch $3. That'd be like that's if because we're going like the airdrop's gonna be a really big event, but it's going to like it's going to dilute us 6%. Which is not a lot, but like, and they're also dripping it out too. It's not like the airdrops start in June and it's going to last like 3-4 months before it's all distributed out and stuff like that. So yeah, bare fucking minimum $3. $3. Not $3.60, $3. And but like, what's my bare minimum kind of pump it? Like it's $5, but like realistically, I think somewhere between like 8-10 is really like the goals. But like, but I've been buying it to 16 cents when it was still phantom, and I bought recently at 41 cents, so I can lock in a 5x or 10x. Is kind of smart because a lot of the best coins like Goggles, Shadow, Metro, SwapX, Beats are levered plays on Sonic. So if Sonic pumps up that much, dog. Boo cooked. I'll say like I divested like 6% out of Boo. I still have 40% of my bag still in Boo.
Yeah.
But what did I throw it into? I think in Metro and a little more into Beats. But Boo might come back because they're gonna get some they have some legacy airdrop and stuff from like the money and stuff, and then some stuff like that. Yeah, I'll be the giving tree of finances. But dump XRP for Pulse and stuff, probably very good idea. So you guys, we're about an hour and 20 minutes in.
Hell yeah.
Let's start talking about the China man.
Ooh.
So there's a really great channel. I'd definitely tell you guys to take a look at it. It's called let me see if we got the right channel here. My audio's on cover? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's called Business Basics. Really well run channel and stuff. They have a really good they've been smashing it on the China content. And I'm gonna be reacting to US tariffs hit China's economy really hard. There's a huge psyop going on. Dogs. They have slave labor in China.
Yep.
You think they can't get a bunch of these guys to go like you think work in an office and fucking shit post and fucking say, oh, America's so anytime I read some comments, it's like there's no way this can be an American saying this because like Americans do not care that much.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh my God, the United States is cooked. And I remember earlier in the show, someone in the full screen again, Kyle?
Yep.
Someone earlier in the show had put like that like America's cooked. They won't bring the jobs. Dog, the jobs are cooked. You don't understand. We're bringing back the factories over here because in the next 10 to 20 years, it's all going to be robots and AI running it. You don't understand. We're about to enter the next, not the next space age. It's the next internet age. Just like, oh, you've got mail. Like we're at that point. You've got ChatGPT, right? You've got DeepSeek, right? And then eventually it's going to be like, I was gonna play the Pornhub music. No, but it's gonna be the AI revolution, and like we're gonna eventually get like the MySpace era, and like we're gonna end in like how quickly did like if at some point we'll create something that'll be like the iPhone of that, and then we're off. We're off. So we're repatriating all these factories because basically you don't need the slave labor anymore. That's what's happening. So for a little bit there will be job increases because you'll have some high tech jobs that do pay well for managing a lot of these factories and a lot of these production lines that are going back in the States. But eventually, like a lot of those people who are getting hired for all these factories to build cars are going to get laid off because you don't need them over time. But it's better in the meantime that why not get the boon for the construction boon here on building all this shit over here in the time anyway. I wasn't saying you're Chinese. Wait, sorry, I got to pull it up. No way it's good for the United States, a trade war with China. Man, fuck China. Wait, trade war was like, what? Like, oh my god! Like, we're the largest economy on the planet. That is the least integrated on the planet. We make the least amount of money from exporting. The least out of everybody else. In absolute terms,
we export culture.
All the money that's traded. So if you want to do international trade, 90% of it's dollars. The next biggest is the Japanese yen. After that, 2% is the Qing Chang Man China Sea currency, the RMB. Bro, we export feminism. So
yeah,
that's a tactic.
It is.
We use it to stabilize countries. We used to set up banana republics. Now we just send banana republic.
Yeah.
Dude, I be saying these shits on the dome, Kyle, bro. Like, god damn, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Shoo. We showed people how to do immigration. They immigrated. Well, I was gonna get real racist real quick, but we're the best immigration and we suck. Everyone else really sucks. Really sucks. Really sucks. You know why immigration worked here in America? Because you mostly immigrated people who believed in the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Goddamn, all these goddamn Latinos coming into America. And here's the thing. The United States is a Christian nation. Let's just call it Judeo-Christian, right? Because I'm boys somewhere. Right? And we're Catholic, mostly. Or Protestant Christian. So the morals and the type of people we are is very much in line with the American culture already.
Yep.
It's the same thing. That's why there wasn't much like Mexicans have a big a part of the Catholic culture is always like a Puritan culture about work ethic, right? The Puritans are really the people who really built up the East Coast, and we have that work ethic. That's why we melded so well with American culture, and also seasoning. But do Muslims fit into Western culture? Not really, not that well.
Yeah.
No. They fit. They do better than a lot of other. There's some other cultures there's some other cultures and stuff like that. But like the Muslim ones, like having trouble. But that's roughly. They do somewhat believe in Jesus Christ, and it is part of this whole thing where like it is that sort of thing, right? Where like it's like Muslim Christians and like Jewish people. Like there is kind of a root there, and then there's other sort of religions from there. CMC quarter 2 is gay. yeah, right. Fuck that. But then there's the other side too. Then there's so there's the religion side. Okay, cool, right? I think Myron said this earlier on a stream. I think he was on a Twitter live or something like that in a call where like the reason that like he's like I don't know why people are saying the people thought he was from like India or something, but like he's from Sudan. Right, or his parents are, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I integrated into it, right? Like we have Mexican songs like called like we have like I don't know like
God
yeah, Tigres del Norte. There's all these songs and stuff about basically like there's
I can't even communicate with my son because he only speaks English.
Yeah, like what is it? Habla de oro, la habla de oro from like not the Reyes de los Tigres del Norte, right? Was this whole thing where like basically like my sons think that they're American and stuff. They've forgotten the Mexican language or whatever. It sounds way cooler. It's a banger. The banger song. Banger song. Hey, son, would you like to go to Mexico? No way, Dad. I don't want to go to Mexico. No way. Right? Like they have songs about this, about like basically we're the most integrated culture. That's why it worked out, because it wasn't just like, sure, we have the whole Mexican side, right? But it isn't this whole thing where like we push back, like, no, fuck being American. Like Mexicans want to be American.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of cultures where they're here to just extract. Like they're like, as an example, like I'm always gonna be Nigerian. The Nigerians are the best, or whatever. And not all Nigerians, but like I'm using Nigerian as an example, or whatever you can say it, right? Like, oh no, like they don't abandon, like we enter into the American culture versus a lot of these ones they want to keep because they're more like classically badly religious, where like they don't like, we keep a lot of the good parts of the religion, like, you know, keeping like we're trying to stay away from broken homes. That's starting to happen now a little bit but the religious side is so enthralled with the culture that like it's like they can't separate it. And then that's why, like, you know, when we have immigration from Africa in the United States, you know, you have fucking African Americans beefing with fucking African Americans, which is the wildest thing. It's like, you know, it's fucking crazy. Yeah. I don't like going to Mexico. Too many Mexicans. I don't like going to Mexicans because of cartels. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Mexico, like I've been to Mexico plenty of times and I just won't go back anymore. Like maybe Cancun, maybe Cancun, maybe I want to go see the pyramids and stuff. But like, bro, it's not funny anymore. Like they have like the cartels in Mexico have essentially become the police over there. There's checkpoints.
Dude,
in the major
real.
cities, you could probably drive around and be okay. But in the pueblos, as soon as you leave the main central city, and then on top of that too, while you're crossing into state lines, right? There's multiple borders shaking you down for cash.
Yep.
Everywhere you go, bro, it's horrible, dude.
Yes.
Fuck Mexico.
I've gone to Mexico my entire goddamn life.
What do you think, man? If I become president, bro, I'm taking it. I'll take northern Mexico first.
Yep.
And then we'll start clearing house on all the Aztecos down south. Are you glad to be in the United States? Well, yes, duh.
I rolled a nat 20 on where to be born.
Yes. Literally, nat 20s.
Nat 20s.
But, you know, that's my life, you know, nat 20s. The heart of the pyramids. Yeah, and then on top of that too, right? Like there's a whole thing too with like why let the cartels do really nasty. Not cartel, like gangs across the world don't front, right? But like all these people do horrible shit, right? But like there's like a really nasty sadistic tradition within like Aztec, like the Aztec culture and stuff, which human sacrifice, eating people and stuff, cannibalism, and that shit needed to die, bro. That was horrible. And then even the recent Cortez, bro. I one day want to work with Mel Gibson and like make a movie about Cortez.
Yeah.
Like a Mel Gibson Cortez movie, like he did Apocalypto, that style, showing like how crazy what Cortez is the nat 20s of nat 20s.
Yeah.
Like he's rolling 20s. Like
outnumbered, outgunned,
everything. And like the Aztecs were so hated that all the other Indian groups banded with the colonizers, supposedly, to destroy the Aztec Empire because they were such pieces of shit. That's how bad it was, bro. Like straight up on demon shit. Like straight up on demon sacrifice, devil worshipping crap. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Richard Hart is the Treasury Secretary. All the money goes into Tornado Cash.
And it's gone.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a new Passion of the Christ movie coming out with Mel Gibson. I'm gonna watch that shit. I cannot wait. It's gonna be about the next Passion of the Christ movie is basically going to be about the three. It's going to be what happened to Jesus when he entered the cave for those 3 days in between.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this whole thing too where like the devil was trying to tempt Jesus. I will give you these kingdoms. It's like it's going to be insane, dude. Mel Gibson's going to kill, bro. He's going to make not of course, but like you have to understand, like if Passion of Christ did the numbers that it did back then today, it would have made multiple billions. I mean, it would have been on par with probably Avengers, like Endgame. That's how big it is. Mexico's history. Oh, there's a lot of Mexican history and stuff that they don't want to talk about and stuff, but like, the Aztecs need to get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Terrible. Dude, Alex Jones is president. That was, if the one L I'd give the Trump presidency is not having Alex Jones as the press secretary for sure. Mel Gibson's incredible, bro. I mean, like, I love Mad Max. The new Mad movies are incredible, by the way. Even sure people are like mad because it was like a little female. Like the guys shitting on like Furiosa movie for Mad Max haven't seen it.
It's good.
It's great.
It's a good movie.
Great movie. It's an incredible movie. You know, of similar Aztecs. Yeah, fucking bro. Like if you look at what they're doing, right? It's a lot of what the cartels are doing, dismembering people, doing evil stuff, making them eat. Like there's like weird rituals. They make they abduct. They take young kids. I think like 7 years old and up. They abduct kids. They force them to kill one of the other people, and then force them to eat
them.
Eat not all of it, but like eat a piece of them, just to fuck them in the head.
Yep, get them stuck on meth. A lot of these sicarios all get paid by drugs. They're not getting paid in dollars. If the kills are super cheap.
Like for me, I would love an open season on the cartel. I would I mean indiscriminately murder.
Yeah.
Obviously not here on the state side, but like we should be seizing cartel assets. Like why aren't we going after the cartel's families that are here in the state side? Like they have these evil motherfuckers doing evil shit. They have their fucking daughters going to fucking UCLA.
Yeah.
Why the fuck? Why aren't these people being fucking like? Why aren't their assets being frozen?
Yep, and he says something right. They're trained by the IDF.
Yep,
and also CIA training
and
back
CIA
in the 70s,
training, and they were
80s,
they were
90s.
trained by not SEALs. They were trained by
Rangers.
The Rangers.
The Rangers.
Yep.
Green Berets, Rangers.
Fucking horrible, dude. Like I mean, it's like we need to clean up house, dude. We need to do super jail like what Mexico needs to do. Because of course, like when the Jewish lady, she ain't gonna do shit, bro. She ain't. Come on, bro.
Nope.
Come on, dude. Dog. Come on. Well, that was the first one that even my dad was like,
bro.
Yeah. My dad's like a huge Mexico because he was born there, of course.
Yeah.
Huge. I love my dad so much. Like, and I mean this with the most respect, but like all the old Hispanics are like this a little bit. We're like apologists and stuff like that. But like, even my dad was like, how'd she win? That didn't make sense. It's like, I don't know, like what's the craziest one? It's like, what's a really, really kind of out there, really like a Rastafarian winning the presidency, or like, so, like I don't know, like a Hindu is no, it's something crazier, something like much more like a Buddhist monk. Or it's like some very small, but like you have to understand, it is 99%. It's 89% Catholic, 9% Protestant, 0.5% other.
Yep.
0.002 Jewish. Yeah, my parents were, it's fishy when my parents are puzzled. That's an indicator. It's huge. It's very strange. Now, she hasn't done anything bad that I've seen, but of course, I don't know the business dealings they're doing in the background, of course.
I mean,
but like,
that whole thing with the killing houses and
no, BlackRock did appoint her. The moment she became president, after she Viva Mexico,
the whole thing.
And then she walked off. First meeting she had was with Larry Fink.
Yep, right here, look.
Ray Finkel laces out, but with he met with BlackRock. The first photo, dog.
Her posted up with Larry Fink.
Yeah, she posted up with Larry Fink. She's probably installed by Mossad. I hope not. I mean, like, my hope at least like she was installed by BlackRock at least, but like hopefully not Mossad. I don't think so, but who knows? But like insanity, fucking insanity. Street Indian foods are great. Oh yeah, real great. Yeah. she was promised the president 5,000 years ago. I had a meme about that a little bit with Vegeta. I hate the government. The hate the government guy. Yeah. So he did a whole Vegeta one, and then he's like, but I was promised it 5,000 years ago.
The Saiyan prophecy.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Let's start talking about China, and things are not as great. Don't believe the propaganda, you guys.
CCP is doing what CCP has always done in times of crisis. In 1989, CCP turned against its own students to silence the democracy protest. Now, again, we have the Chinese economy collapsing because of US tariffs, and CCP is turning against its own citizens. But in a rare move in China, it seems more and more business owners are speaking up against what's going on and how badly this is affecting their families and their employees. Here is just one clip.
Last month, I took an order for a batch of copper parts. I've already bought all the materials. It cost tens of thousands, and everything has been cut, ground, washed, and engraved. It's not finished yet, but today the customer messaged me and said the delivery might be delayed. After customs clearance, the taxes have gone up too much. A TikToker who works as a bulk trade supplier shared in his video the huge pressure he's under after the sudden increase in U.S. tariffs.
订单量5000多万美金，今年我们订单已经排到了26年的5月份。
Our orders are worth over 50 million US dollars. This year, we're already booked through May 2026.
That's all Nike.
Yeah.
That's all Nike, by the way. You guys can hear me, right? Type 1 in the chat. You can hear me?
Yeah, they should.
Okay, because I just put on my headphones and headset and everything like that. Let me see. I'll wait for them to say something. Okay, cool. Frank Diaz. Yeah. All right. I was going to do this whole joke with this show, like, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, and I was like, that. No, but it's the sad part is like, look, I'm not against Chinese people. I'm against the Chinese government, right? It is sad because these people are hardworking. They are hardworking. They're trying to make their thing, but they're also not following laws. They're violating IP laws. It's like internationally, if your product on Amazon, let's just say I make a product and I put it on Amazon and then I start getting sales of like 5 million plus, the Chinese have a scraping tool that can figure out like, oh, this product's making $5 million in sales a year. Can we manufacture it? We can. They just start manufacturing a cheaper version of it and basically undercut me and steal sales away and probably hurt my business. I'll probably stay alive with my brand name, or I'll go under. But they'll scrape me down, and then like let's just say the whole market's only like 10 million. I'm only going to get half of that, and then there'll be like 2-3 because the knockoff guy will get knocked out by another knockoff guy. So there'll be 3 knockoffs, and then me in the corner, cuck chair.
But with this 30% tariff hike, the impact on us is huge. If you're a small startup, it's not such a big deal because you don't ship enough to fill an entire container. But for us, it hits hard. Our profit margins in bulk trading are already razor thin. Now with a 34% tariff, it's like getting knocked to the
That tariff's 245% now.
ground.
Stories like these have flooded the Chinese social media, and that's why CCP is forcing its censors to work overtime to delete and censor any post regarding the Chinese economy and how bad it's suffering. Now, I'm sure CCP's 50 cents army is likely downvoting any videos criticizing CCP in order to suppress its reach. They have been caught doing this earlier too. So if you guys can take a second and hit the like and subscribe button down below, it helps out our video tremendously. Now, all the while CCP is suppressing any criticism, they have also increased
like they're over here like trying to hide this. Like there's people starting to riot. There's actually they're not showing this, but on social media anywhere. But there's factories being burned to the ground right now. There's a massive uprising right now because Volkswagen's been in China for about 15 years plus. And they're now closing. The Volkswagen's now announced that they're closing all their factories in China, and the workers, the company that owns the factories has been stiffing the workers on pay, and now the workers are basically burning. Like there's been multiple like Volkswagen factories that burned to the ground now. There's a lot. There's some open rebellion going on right now. But the BRICS country, you guys, but Brinks.
Propaganda to spread anti-American sentiment all around China and among Chinese citizens. One of the ways they're doing this is by posting this clip of Chairman Mao.
As to how long this war will last, we are not the ones who can decide. It used to depend on President Truman, and it will depend on President Eisenhower, or whoever to become the next U.S. president. It's up to them. No matter how long this war is going to last, we'll never yield.
Shortly after this thing, this motherfucker killed more people than anyone. It was like 60 million to 55 million Chinese peasants died because of this cunt. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this Tinder profile. Dog, this is his grinder. Dog. That's his grinder pick. In fucking sanity, dude. But shortly after this, when he said that speech, he forced a ton of Chinese peasants to get off of their farms to go produce steel and iron at the time. I think it was mostly iron at the time.
Starve them.
And then because of that, they had a huge shortage of food. And then 55 to 65 million people died. Dude.
Chairman Mao.
As to how long this war will last, we are not the ones who can decide. It used to depend on President Truman, and it will depend on President Eisenhower or whoever to become the next U.S. president. It's up to them. No matter how long this war is going to last, we'll never yield.
Many of you will die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad.
We'll fight until we completely triumph.
The most ironic part of using this clip is the fact that Mao said this back in 1953. And soon after saying this, just 2 years after this clip, Mao starved to death 50 plus million Chinese citizens by killing the...
I literally just said that. Yeah. Literally, he's talking about what I was talking about. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. Dead. Everyone, I mean, well, obviously with age, but it's insanity how many people starve to death.
He ordered millions and millions of farmers to stop farming and switch to producing steel and iron. All the while, hundreds of millions of Chinese citizens...
Look at these people didn't deserve to die and starve. Look at this. I mean, this is just a little baby. These are babies.
Yeah.
This is so sad. Look at these. I mean, this is... And even today, like as much like obviously we have like there's always going to be like, oh, you're a wage cuck, this and this, and you know, in America, right? But like there's half of the Chinese population are slaves.
Yeah.
Even now. It's sad, dude. It really is. There's something, I don't know, some of you guys ever heard of it. Put my face on the screen for a second.
Yeah.
There's something called the 996. Where do you work from?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you heard about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically you work from basically like 9 a.m. to 9 o'clock at night, Monday through Saturday, and then you work 6 hours on Sunday. So you're working 12, 14-hour days, Monday through Saturday. You maybe take Sunday off, but not really. And then you work like a half day, which is 8 hours. Dog.
Had no food for their family and they starved. It seems like Xi Jinping is trying to do the same thing because even though the Chinese leadership doesn't realize it, Chinese citizens realize that China is overly dependent on US markets, and it's going to be near impossible for Chinese businesses to replace that market overnight. In fact, we have another Chinese citizen here explaining this as simply as one could.
So this is actually how I found the video in the first place. I saw this on Instagram, actually. This guy, I don't know what he's saying, but like they translate it for us and stuff. God damn, this guy has if this guy has a PhD in economics, bro, and is a real as G when it comes to this shit. So listen up.
Honestly, these past few days, I just can't stand it anymore. Stop talking about raising tariffs and standing strong, like it's some action movie. Trying to act tough is a fast track to self-destruction. Making money, that's the real deal. The US, 350 million people controls a third of the world's consumer market. You know what that means? Out of every $3 spent worldwide, one comes from an American wallet. The EU has 450 million people, but their spending power doesn't even come close to the US. We've got 1.4 billion people working our butts off making stuff, but our buying power is only a fifth of America's. The numbers are right there. Can cursing out the US for being a bully put food on your table? The dollars they're holding, that's the golden ticket in the global business world. Everyone's shouting, we don't need the US market. Wake up. You go sell in Southeast Asia, you're getting paid in Indonesian rupiah. Go to South America, it's pesos. The exchange rates will chop you up before you even get your money. But when you sell to America, you're getting paid in US dollars, spendable anywhere in the world. Look at the Russia-Ukraine war. All hell's broken loose, but the US dollar is still sitting pretty on the world's throne. That's reality. Step outside.
That's reality. 1/3 of all the dollars that are used to buy shit across the planet is coming from US consumers. How do you feed that many people? By importing food.
Yep.
That's why I said in my earlier video, that's why I said in my earlier video that it's really easy. I mean, it's just, but it's a horrible thing to do. But like, I mean, if we're getting attacked, you got to do it. I'm sorry, but like, people are gonna die. But like, it's really easy to topple over China. It's really easy.
Yep.
Just basically don't let them be able to ship anything out of China. Shouldn't be difficult. We got the greatest navy on the planet. We can just shoot down all their vessels. We don't have to strike mainland China at all. The country will starve and die. It's horrible. Like they import half of their food. They also are huge importers out of Brazil. They need all the wheat out of Ukraine. The fertilizer, just not letting them get fertilizer will starve the country. It's terrible, dude. Yeah, they're not doing good. We produce enough food in the States. Sure, price could go up, but we produce enough. Like if we really don't need to import anything. But with China, they have to import things. But it's sad because like it will be that level big. I mean, like it'll be bigger than when Mao did. Like let's just say if we embargoed them, or like not embargoed, but like we just essentially like barricaded them where they couldn't import anything anymore. Hundreds of millions of people would die.
Yep.
Horrible.
Terrible.
It's just terrible. You don't want that, you know.
And
like it's horrible.
This
But
one
like,
thing right here that he's saying, like the Uyghur Muslims slaves run the entire cotton industry in China.
yeah.
Yep.
Did you cheek? Yep.
Dude, that's Temu shit, man.
I know. And like I'm actually a big proponent of not that, but I'm a huge proponent of yeah, fuck Timo, bro. We need like if I have time, I'll show you guys. This is more of a health thing because you know I'm always into bodybuilding and health and reproductive stuff and everything like that. But they've proven studies where like the yoga pants that your chick wears might actually be lowering her ability to have kids and yours as well. We all should be wearing wool or cotton.
Yeah,
Basically.
wool, yep.
So maybe we need these Uyghurs to work still, but like,
Jesus.
don't fuck with you.
Fucked.
No, but I'm serious. Like these polyesters and these fake clothes and stuff like we need to stop wearing them. Basically, they're really bad for our health. Let's see. China's helping Russia build massive farmlands using stolen Ukrainian black soil. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But it's still going to take a long time to get it online. It has to be in the most southern parts of Russia because guess why? Because it's really cold there.
And what's the most invadable parts of Russia? The southern parts.
Okay, let's get back to it.
The dollar system, and you don't even have a ticket to the international trade game. And don't give me that let's shift to Africa, Asia, and Latin America talk either.
Latin America is the United States. Africa, sure. They're the most. China is the most invested in Africa for sure. But dog. I mean, it's literally it's crime season over there. Like, there's an entire thing about like African warlord or African president memes where they're basically talking about like, damn, maybe I should instead of having that cool ass birthday party, maybe I should have paved the road. Like, it's like that bad. Like,
give me car, give me wife, give me children, give me this, give me that, kill my enemy, kill my enemy, kill my enemy, give me, kill my enemy, give me. Anyone that doesn't want me to succeed, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire. Give me this, give me that, kill my enemy, give me this, give me die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire.
Die by fire. Crime season in Africa.
Our African brothers, a lot of them don't even have reliable electricity. How are they going to buy your...
The entire Chinese economy is based off of selling cheap shit to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stupidly start attacking their whatever like high functioning or like high income manufacturing jobs when it comes to like making like imported like I would guess European goods and stuff and everything like that. They're making like I don't understand the Chinese strategy of like showing the whole world that we make all this shit in China, then hurting your number one client. So then they say, fuck you guys, we won't use you guys anymore. Like they're like showing, hey, we make all the Gucci and Louis Vuitton. and we make all the this and that, which they do. They make
Yeah.
most of it.
Yeah.
Birkin bags,
Yeah.
which I think was like 85% of Birkin bags are made in China. And then they do the finishing touches in the country, basically. So it's just they got nowhere to sell this off to, and in Africa hasn't developed enough income wise. There's just not enough the greatest power in America is consumers. Why do you think I'm very like, especially this cycle? I mean, obviously in America, right? So I'm gonna have an America focus, but like, why do you think it's so important in the United States getting into the crypto? Because we have all the money to actually pump this shit. Now, there's Chinese billion. There's some really big. There's a lot of money out in the world, right? But the U.S. consumers get behind it because you guys will understand where the U.S. money goes. You can understand it quicker than most people because you're American. Right? What do you think I stay out of Tron? I don't speak Chinese. I can't read Chinese. Sure, I can have ChatGPT, but I can hear myself in the headphones.
Oh yeah.
But it's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but it's this whole thing where basically you can't like it's just not going to work basically. Yeah. But anyway, full streaming Kyle, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Fancy appliances. India looks like a big market? Sure. But good luck getting paid. They'll drag it out till your business goes bankrupt. Only America with its 300.
Let's listen back for 1 second and stuff when they talk about India. 55% of the Indian population poops outside. 90 to 95% of the world defecation outside is India. It's like a stupidly large amount of people. It's like 555 million people poop outside everywhere in India.
Reliable electricity. How are they going to buy your fancy appliances? India looks like a big market? Sure. But good luck getting paid. They'll drag it out till your business goes bankrupt. Only America with its 300+ million middle-class consumers is standing there with open wallets. No scams, no delayed payments. Even with all the sanctions these past couple of years, it's still the cleanest market on earth. Compared to places where you have to deal with bribes and shakedowns, the US is like a business paradise. Here's the thing. Capital is 10,000 times smarter than you or me. Norway's sovereign wealth fund, Middle Eastern oil money, national pension funds from all over the world, they've all poured their cash into the US stock market. Don't you think those countries want to act tough too? But reality is, without the US, the world's biggest consumption engine, your products won't even get the chance to break even, let alone make a profit. Rely on Russia? Iran? Come on. They're barely staying alive by selling off their resources. It's easy to curse American hegemony. It's a lot harder to face reality. At the end of the day, the global supply chain boils down to one simple truth. Whoever holds the purchasing power holds the power, period. The US has 5% of the world's population, but controls a third of its consumption. That's absolute market dominance. You can hate it all you want, but when 70% of your manufacturing depends on exports and 80% of your foreign reserves rely on trade, losing the US market is basically cutting off your own lifeline. For those shouting, "We'd rather not make money from America," listen up. Ordinary people need to eat. Companies need to pay salaries. The government needs foreign currency reserves. If you really want to play hardball with the US hurting each other in the process, who ends up losing? It's the workers on the assembly lines. It's the small business owners running factories. It's every regular person trying to make a living through exports. Trying to act tough in the face of overwhelming market power? That's just plain stupidity. If it's time to bow your head and negotiate, then bow your head. If it's time to cut profits, then cut profits. Right now, keeping your job is more important than anything else. I'm just a high school dropout, but even I know, in the business world, pride means nothing. Only supply and demand matter. You have no idea how sweet the American market is until you look at the real numbers. Instead of shouting slogans, better to figure out how to play by their rules and make money. Fill your pockets with US dollars first, then you can talk about upgrading industries or ditching the dollar. Otherwise, it's just nonsense. Bowing your head to make money? Nothing shameful about that. But gambling ordinary people's livelihoods just to save face? Now that's real stupidity. In my narrow opinion, if making life better for regular people means we have to crawl to make money, then so be it.
Now,
This dog's spitting, bro. Damn.
He is, man.
Spitting. It's look, the world is. Yo, I hate the echo in the fucking headphones. My God. But basically,
Yeah, just turn you down.
Just turn it down for a bit. So pretty much like the world's the safest it's ever been under U.S. rule, the U.S. dollar after World War II. The reason that so many people were lifted out of poverty is because the United States essentially decided. Now, it was an intentional decision to run deficits against all these countries to bring them up. So Europe was completely bombed to shit. So was the UK. We traded with them to our disadvantage to get them out of the sorry state that they were in. There was things put in place to make sure that we didn't fuck over Germany this time so badly, because essentially all World War I was blamed on Germany.
Yep.
Because when World War I ended, there was no like basically the war just ended exactly the same lines. There was no gains in property. So like, fuck, we have to
charge somebody.
We have to charge the tax out the hell out of Germany, right? And let's see what it depends on buying cheap stuff from China. Plebs don't want to make people afford iPhones, bro. Shit, man, people still pay for iPhones, bro. If the iPhone triples in price, I'd pay for it. Like, what you like? Everyone will just adjust for a while. Eventually, look, you guys forget. Like, this is the thing. It hurts in the beginning, and then eventually our manufacturing gets better because they'll have to. Because they're like, well, we build this factory. It's going to cost us a lot of money. Apple has the kind of money they can build anything. Truly, and American ingenuity. Eventually, we'd figure out a way to produce it cheaply enough, fastly enough over time. We are the production engine of the planet. People forget that shit. Ford Motor Company was rolling out tanks. We can get back to that. It'll take a little bit of time, but I would imagine. Let's just say like iPhones jumped to 3,000. Cool. 3 years later, they're probably like 1,500 or 1,800. 3 years after that, it'd be back to 1,000. There's almost no difference between the new iPhones. Yeah. Like, I have the new iPhone. I have this iPhone right here. I got multiple iPhones, but I've got no reason to even upgrade it. What's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Right. So like, I can literally keep my iPhone for the next couple of years. Or I mean, if I really need a new iPhone, like, ooh, this one's Ben's. Ooh, then I'll spend the $3,000 or the $2,000. Bro, when I got the new iPhone, right? When I bought the iPhone 3GS or whatever, it was pretty expensive at the time. Yeah. It was really expensive. It was like 10. It was worth like 10% of what I made in a year plus. Super glad I did it though. Super glad I did it though. That's the thing. It's a small pain period, but then our manufacturing gets back to the sort of level. And then you think too, like we're repatriating a lot of factories, but you think like a lot of these international companies are still going to be putting factories somewhere else. So let's put it back on there, Cal.
Yeah.
Oh, as you guys can tell, a lot of these clips are in Chinese, and I don't speak Chinese. So a lot of the translation come from this great channel, Inconvenient.
Yeah, and she's getting like the Inconvenient Truths. She's getting like stifled and stuff like that because she when she puts out a video, they get millions of views. She only has 78K followers. Massive. They're shadow banning her like crazy, man. This lady out here fucking spitting. Like, there's no good female influencers. Oh boy, when will you learn?
Truth, run by Jennifer Zhang. She does a great job exposing CCP's unfair and corrupt practices. But unfortunately, YouTube has decided to silence her, and that's why they demonetized her channel. So we wanted to show our support for her work. That's why if you guys can just take a second and go subscribe to her channel and tell
great
her
videos, by the way,
Basics
really
sent
great
you,
videos.
I'm sure she would appreciate that tremendously. So I'll link the channel in the description and in the card above. And I highly, highly recommend.
It's like, Jen, she's a biased Chinese hater. And then what do you want to listen to? Chinese cocksuckers?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, you can't trust it. All the Chinese data is fake.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Chinese, they literally pretended to say there was an additional 200 million what's called working age people. Then they said, actually, no, those people were never born. And they would have been born, but in the one-child policy. Yeah. They literally, that came out like a year ago, that there was like 100 to 200 million people that did not exist. They had to take it off of their fucking demographic. There's 1.4 million people in China. I don't believe it now. I believe 1 billion. I think they're lying about a couple more 100 million people. All the numbers out of China are dog shit, bros. Lies. But all you Trump cocksuckers expected to pump and Trump and get dump. Bro, what are you talking about?
He's a grifter.
I don't like Biden, but because we're pumping and destroying the bro. We couldn't it's the sort of thing, dude. We couldn't sustain more of that. We have to fix these things, right? And then two, I think what also another thing that kind of forced the hand is like this AI shit's getting so dangerous now that like shit has to change now because we can't generate enough power to have our competitor. Like we want our Skynet. Like Skynet's happening, but we want our Skynet to win, which is kind of fucked if you think about it. But pumping, destroying everything was fine, brother, dog. Well, because you're in the capital markets, but look, I'm in the capital markets. I invest with I make money off my money for sure, right? But Main Street, bro, is doing bad, dude. like we can't look. I'm with stocks will always go up. If normal people make more money, then the stock market is going to do good. But normal people are doing bad, dude. My entire generation is still living with their parents, dog. I'm 4. I'm 4. My entire generation's living with their mom and dad. They have no house. They barely have a car. What are we taught, bro? And that's here in America. Think about the rest of the world. Bro, we need to fix shit is broken. We need to fix shit, bro. I'm in my mid-40s, bro. You know exactly. Yeah, you're an older millennial. Yeah, you're an older millennial. You're probably right at the edge between millennial and Xer. I live with myself since I was 17, dog. But you're an older. That was during the Xer. You're almost an older Xer. All right, what exact age are you? Exactly because how I'm gonna Gen X. Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up. Oh, fuck, dude. I love my job.
Taking loads again. Got pregnant cause she's taking loads again. Don't know the daddy cause.
We got a soundbite that.
Yeah, I'll get it.
We're like,
taking loads again. Got pregnant cause she's taking loads again.
Yeah, anyway. What did he say? I sleep 10 hours, so don't feel. Yeah, no, it's great. No, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Sleep's important.
I'm fucking up with that right now, but I'm contributing to the American economy by having children. I'm working on another one now. Taking loads again. My girl's just taking all my loads again. She can't say no because she wants a child again. Anyway, no wife, no kids that I know of. That you know of. This guy's funny as hell. No bullshit token. You're funny, dude, bro. You're funny, dude.
Hell yeah.
Okay, no wife and kids. Bro, get started, bro. You're so smart. You're killing it in the market, dude. You're over here the master of the universe, bro.
You can afford it.
You can afford knock a bitch up. The water's fine. The water's fine. Don't marry her. But the water's fine. Fuck playing alimony forever. That's no. I prefer
freedom.
I mean, okay then. But how are we gonna get more cunts?
Yeah.
How are if you don't get impregnated a cunt bitch to have cunt kids, how are we gonna have future cunts on the planet?
How can you produce the cycle?
Tell me. How can we continue this cycle of country? Tell me, brother. Hater ass dudes have kids with hater ass chicks to have hater ass kids. How are we going to continue this cycle?
The cycle of hate. Naruto taught me that.
Tell me.
Try not to be a cunt. It's Christmas. Take a tip from Santa's helm.
Anyway, yeah. Mormonism. Bro, Mormons are funny as fuck, dude. Mormons crack me the fuck up, bro. It's like I could destroy Mormons right now. Oh, Mormons and all these people and shit. Like it's like literally like
just play the South Park episode.
Oh, no, that's up. No, there's entire things where they're at a Mormon college and shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
soaking. And so it's like you gotta have a great soaking partner, which is a soaking is a dude's at the bottom or the chick's at the bottom, but usually the dude's on the bottom, the girl gets on top, he has a boner. They put a thin white sheet over them, and they have either the guy friend or some other girlfriend shaking the bed, and they essentially bust by rubbing on each other.
Friction.
Dogs. Or the other one, more degenerate. This Mormon chick says, "Oh yeah, every year what I do is I get myself a boyfriend, and me and him travel to Las Vegas, get married, fuck. Then before we leave Las Vegas, we get divorced." Dog. Or the other ones are like threesomes, or like another one's like, oh yeah, I like the classic, the back door, right? But then there's like armpit, bro. Dude, Mormons are out here, dude. Dude. Put me back on, Kyle, because we taking loads again. Boop. There we go.
To her channel and tell her Business Basics sent you, I'm sure she would appreciate that tremendously. So I'll link the channel in the description and in the card above, and I highly recommend you go check her out. But
maybe your kids, they're my kids, bro. Like this whole new kids you make are not actually belong to the U.S. government, bro. They're mine, bro. Now, are they obviously born here in the United States, of course? I don't think my kids are going to public school, dude. I'm probably going to homeschool or private school. You just got to be on top of your, like, it's just, you can't be a lazy parent. Every generation, you're a smart guy, right? You would be a great father because you're going to be on top of your fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like a tyrant.
When you slack, you lack.
Grab the rod, beat the child. That's my motto. Glad I never was one. Right. You guys are watching Matilda. It's got the most dope. It's like, there's a sucker born every minute. We're going to take it for all they got.
Like, grab the rod, beat the child.
Yeah, it's true. It's you can't like right, as an example, right? The mother of my children used to work. Not no more. Because you're driving me crazy with her working. But you gotta be out here trying to make this money, or have your friend home, or cut your costs down where you can have her stay at home. This whole like having somebody else raise your kids is fucking ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. You can fuck up on your taxes and the kid will be taken. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, I mean, they won't. I mean, normally they won't do that shit. Like, they'll just put you on a payment plan if you're that bad. But like, that's if you're intentionally not paying taxes and really avoiding them. And you're like, it's been years. Like, usually when that shit happens, when they jail, because they don't want to jail you. They want you to be a good slave and work.
Yeah.
They want you to be a good slave and work.
Indentured servitude.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. We're going lower, maybe pulse pumps. All right. Yeah. Anyway, all right, full screen account. Let's go.
Moving on, one of the biggest issues that CCP is grappling with right now is the fact that China is the only country that's fighting with the United States. That means CCP is the only one that's going to be suffering the most. CCP really wanted all the other countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, and India to put up a united front. And that's exactly why CCP started spreading this
misinformation. You know why India didn't go with them? Because remember, all the CEOs around the planet magically went to like, oh look, there's Elon Musk, and then there's
to the
wedding, and then there's
John Cena.
There's John Cena. There's Tim Apple,
Kim
Kardashian, Andrew Schultz, and them. Apparently. Definitely not the media machine. And a host of other people. Right, every major CEO just magically went to India. I'm not saying it's planned, but
misinformation campaign where they said that Japan and South Korea are actually partnering with China to respond to US tariffs, when in fact both Japan and South Korea came out with an official statement saying that that's not a true story. They haven't even discussed this any single time. This is when many people started to realize and started putting pieces together. CCP wants other countries to stand alongside China to fight the US. And that's exactly why Xi Jinping just announced an emergency trip to Cambodia, Vietnam, and Malaysia. But unfortunately for Xi...
Oh no, not Cambodia. Cambodia. Did they say Mongolia too? I would have loved to say Mongolia. Oh no, these goddamn Mongolians. Mongolians.
All these countries have agreed to negotiate with the United States already. So it doesn't look like this plan is going to work. But this is exactly why CCP is heavily pushing.
No bullshit token. Are you Chinese? I have to know.
Dog.
Are you Chinese? I just gotta ask. Please say no. A shitty wow. Yeah, the shitty wow.
pushing this type of
I'm
propaganda
Russian.
on U.S.
That's suspicious. Well, yeah,
social media. The same social media that Chinese citizens are not even allowed to use, but Chinese officials are using to push pro-CCP propaganda. Here, watch it yourself.
The U.S. triggered tariff storm sweeps the globe. Markets are in panic. The so-called global beacon now puts America first. It slaps allies in the face, treats the world with predatory practices, and makes other countries pay for MAGA, pushing the fragile world economy.
This is why you're gay.
Pitching itself against the whole world. With China here, the sky won't fall. With around 5% economic growth, China adds the output of a mid-sized European economy every year. China has hundreds of millions of skilled workers.
That European economy is getting smaller every day.
China's development over the past 7 decades is a result of self-reliance and hard work, not favors from others.
Self-reliance?
China's technological innovation is full of vitality, from follower to leader, from made in China.
I mean, I've heard some talk. I mean, we have our propaganda too in the United States for sure, but dude, dog, this is fucking like rampant. They were showing fucking scenes from COVID where that's when there is no have you guys been to any supermarket where every shit's missing?
Yeah.
None of them. They're all, everything's full. We got plenty of toilet paper. We learned our lesson. We started knocking rainforests down.
In the face, treats the world with predatory practices, and makes other countries pay for MAGA, pushing the fragile world economy over the edge and pitching itself against the whole world. With China here, the sky won't fall. With around 5% economic growth, China adds the output of a mid-sized European economy every year. China has hundreds of millions of skilled workers. Chinese people are well known for their strong work ethic. China's development over the past 7 decades is a result of self-reliance and hard work, not favors from others. China's technological innovation is full of vitality, from follower to leader, from made in China to created in China. Every tech bottleneck is turned into a breakthrough. Foreign investors are bullish.
Oh, that was AI, bro. I don't want to.
Businesses believe the next.
That was AI. There's no way. Look at that fake ass spaceship. I mean, I've seen. I mean, at least our NASA people work a little bit harder. Damn, that was horrible. Look at the CGI on that shit.
Made in China to created in China. Every tech bottleneck is turned into a breakthrough. Foreign investors are bullish about China. Global businesses believe the next China is still China, and the best is yet to come. Openness and win-win cooperation are ingrained in the DNA of the Chinese people. 600 years ago, Chinese navigator Cheng He led fleets to the Indian Ocean.
What are we doing right now? What are we doing now? You know, Christopher Columbus, you know, he discovered quite a lot of slaves. I mean, people in Jamaica and these other countries.
And beyond. Not for territorial conquest, but for silk.
Let me put, China's only been unified a few times in history, and the 2 times that they've been unified outside of U.S. intervention, these amazing empires lasted a combined 2 years, under 2 empires combined time, before they split again, or between a general fucking went into open rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
This magical time that, you know, China's been around. Yes, they have as a societies, but they've been warring with each other forever.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting mollywopped by the fucking Mongolians. Goddamn Mongolia. When an emperor finally took over and controlled all of China, it would break in 6 months or 8 months. And then hundreds of years later, one emperor would finally conquer all the rest of the little micro emperors, and then I'm the true emperor. And it would last a year, if that, and then broke up again. China has almost never been unified at all. The longest they've ever been unified is under U.S. control rule of the high seas, you guys. Under the high seas of the United States controlling the ways is the only time that this is the longest China's ever been put together, stayed together like this in its history by like 100x now.
ram its trade. Today, China has become a major trading partner with over 150 countries and regions.
Generic
China
black guy.
applies zero tariff treatment for 100% tariff lines to LDCs enjoying diplomatic ties with China, demonstrating South-South solidarity through action. The world thirsts for justice.
You too can be a
Markets
slave.
need to restore faith. Between the pond of closed markets and the ocean of economic interconnectivity, which one would you choose?
Now, along with videos like these, China has also announced that it has granted zero tariffs to many countries around the world. Here are
I mean, I'm convinced, man. I'm starting to become a China maxi, Kyle. I'm starting to become a China maxi, Kyle. I really am, dude. Like, they're P-dye convincing me right now. Like, I'm starting to get convinced right now. China might got this, you guys.
the details of this announcement. China has granted 33 African countries with zero tariff for all their exports to China. China has remained Africa's largest trading partner for 15 consecutive years. For years, the portion of China-Africa trade in Africa's total foreign trade has increased. Now, this sounds like a great announcement, but did you guys catch that? They only granted this to African countries. China wants everyone to believe that China is a defender of free trade, when in reality, this is just a pure scam. Many African economies lack the industrial capacity to benefit from preferential access, and high-value export face barriers like technical and regulatory standards, which Beijing constantly expands, making market entry nearly impossible, let alone benefit from it. In simple terms, African countries don't have the capacity to export much of the goods to China, and that's exactly why China is giving them zero tariffs on any exports. This is like me telling everyone in Africa that I'll double the salary that I'm paying them. In reality, I don't pay anyone in Africa anything, so even if I double it, it's not going to make a difference. That means that this move by China is purely performative for everyone else. It's purely optics. China wants the world to think that China is the defender of free trade, when in reality, China doesn't really practice free trade. They practice something called mercantilism, where they want access to everyone else's market, but they don't want other countries to have access to the Chinese market. That's why they have banned Google in China. That's why they have banned Facebook, Instagram, and even this video. YouTube is banned in China. CCP doesn't want foreign companies to come into China and compete with Chinese companies. All the while, they incentivize local companies to expand using free money so they can go out to other countries and put foreign companies out of business. Let me explain what I mean by this, because this is clearly a big accusation, but it's not just an accusation. Chinese steel is a perfect example of this practice. You see, CCP gives out a lot of free money in form of subsidies.
So right here, he's going to go into the video explaining basically how China's cheating in some of these markets. Obviously, rare earths, electrical production. You also need an incredible amount of energy when it comes to making like steel, aluminum, and iron, basically. And by subsidizing these markets to a point, because they're just, it doesn't matter. They just print the money, give them the subsidies, give them the free land, give them everything. Globally, no one can basically compete because like everyone is playing on a fair sort of like economic terms, but then these guys are playing unfair rules, giving unfair money, giving free loans, forgiving loans, free land, essentially the cheapest materials they can get that they're obviously buying and stealing from Australia. Shame on you, Australians. It's crazy, you know, but it's become a national defense issue because the United States is like, fuck, we can't, like, if we keep letting this going, we're going to lose all our foundries. And then if we need to go to war, we can't defend ourselves, which is bad. So we're now going to compete on these things and essentially put tariffs there to protect our industry, which for that industry, for steel and metalworking, it's extremely important. You know, it's not just a money thing. It's more of it's a national defense issue.
To steel companies in China to build up bigger and bigger factories. Now, of course, this is something a lot of countries do. They support their growing industry.
China has too many people. It's a solution, not a problem. Sun Tzu said he could make bridges out of people to anywhere. Literally, I wouldn't be fucking, bro. We're fucking with China now. We give no fucks. at all. Like at all, bro. Like Americans we want the smoke. Americans want the smoke now. Like we're literally telling you that. Like I don't think the Chinese mind can comprehend the Americans want the smoke.
They were crying in those buses getting sent to Tibet. I'll just say that. Americans wouldn't.
The more I played, the more it sounds like Taco Bell.
By giving them subsidies and tax incentives. But CCP has taken this to another level, and that's because CCP's goal.
Dog, I love it. But the lack of sense of self-preservation and smart choosing moves. Dude, what are you talking about? It's self-preservation because we're gonna let China take over the world. That's bullshit. No, we're gonna try to stay top dog forever. We're trying. Obviously, who knows? Eventually, But it's just like, what are you like? Oh, let's go down like a pussy. Let's let China take over. What are we retarded?
We're just gonna fucking lay down.
It doesn't matter. You ever heard of a dead man switch? China are a fucking retard. If they nuked, they're dead too. We have more nukes than they do. It's let's just stop with the retard shit. There's something called a dead man switch. If for some reason we get nuked and we're taken out, the nukes would just shoot automatically over there. This is fucking You are a Russian. You're a Russian spy asset. You're stupid. You're stupid.
Stupid.
No kids. Late 40s. Gen X. Salty. All right, enough of this, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm gonna put you in timeout. Goodbye. There you go. Enough's enough, bro. And it's just you see what I mean with the Russian. This was Russian Chinese propaganda, bro.
Bro, he really tried. No,
he really tried. I gave him a chance. I was out here, bro. I let him say, "I'm Russian. I came here in the 2000s." So you lived all your life under communism, damn near. Yeah.
He would have been like 10 years old when it fell.
Yeah, so he was alive during communism, so he has a fucking nostalgic boner for it. Like, oh my god, no kids, in his 40s, Russian, balding. I don't know. I just imagine.
You couldn't take Ukraine, dog.
He chats. So I let it go on for this long because I want you to hear the retardation. This is their flights.
Refuting point after point.
After point after point. We rubbed it, bro. Hopefully, bro, I hope they're paying you well. They're not. Let's go on, Kyle.
Goals are much more sinister than just supporting a growing industry. You see, CCP kept on subsidizing the Chinese steel industry even after the local steel demand was met. That means China had more than enough production to fulfill all the demands that Chinese customers had. But the goal for CCP wasn't just to satisfy Chinese customers. The goal was to flood the foreign markets with cheap Chinese steel. That way, foreign companies just go out of business. Think about it. Let's say you're an American steel producer. You have to put it.
So this is something called it's a version of soft power, but basically this is a geopolitical move on the Chinese to weaken the whole planet, right? So okay, we Chinese, we do not have a stronger military. So what we are going to do, I need a carrot. What we need to do is make a cheaper steel, and the cheaper steel are going to make all the factories around the world. Those stupid long Americans. And remember the South Park oh, you Americans have such big peepees. We have small weebies. Well, it is pretty big.
Randy.
God damn, I love South Park so much. These are stupid Americans are going to let us cancel all the factories. You goddamn Mongolians. Always break down my goddamn shitty wall.
Put in your own money to build a factory. You have to put in your own money to buy or rent a land. And then you have to put in your own money, or I guess use bank loan to pay your workers, pay for supplies and everything. You cover the cost for your business. Then once the steel is ready, you go to market with your production and you sell it at a price.
I know I keep pausing here, but goddamn, I'm funny.
Is that you are coming out with a little bit of profit, because at the end of the day, That's why you're taking this much of a risk to make profit. But with Chinese steel companies,
these steel things are so
Too
when they come out
dangerous.
so dangerous or so hot. If these ever fall off on a highway, bro, it's so bad.
It's
so many people
death.
die. It's
Death.
death, dude. And they come out not steaming hot. I mean molten hot. It's like literally not frying eggs. I mean melting eggs and they evaporate.
Yep.
Like super dangerous. But like this is the things we have to do in the yeah.
Equation is drastically different. Chinese companies don't have to worry about paying for land. They don't have to worry about paying for rent because CCP just gives them a lot of free money as subsidies. They also don't have to worry about paying interest on the loan that they take out from state banks in China because CCP gives them loan for either no interest or cheaper rates. On top of that, sometimes CCP also helps subsidize the supplies that go into producing steel. This way, when a
They buy all
Chinese
of
company
Australia,
goes to a foreign
cash.
market, let's say here in America, they don't need to sell it at a market price to make a profit. They can sell it for much cheaper than an American company and still make a profit. And that means American companies just cannot compete with Chinese steel because the CCP is subsidizing the steel production. Then slowly and slowly, all the foreign steel companies will just go out of business. Now, CCP's goal with this is simple. If there's ever a war in the future, CCP doesn't want foreign countries to have factories that can produce steel. They don't even want foreign countries to have any type of factories that can produce anything. Because think about it. What did we do in World War II?
And that's why they're getting scared. That's why they're getting scared. They don't like this because if we start repatriating factory now, it's not going to be this. It's not going to be like, oh, we're all the factories are back. No. There's going to be some international factories and they're like in their allies and stuff, right? And we're building a lot of stuff, the capacity there, but we're rugging them right now before they're strong enough to do anything.
Yep.
Very stupid. Honestly, I was for banning TikTok, bro. I've been there already, but like I took off of it. I was like, well, maybe it's okay, man. But no, man, fuck TikTok, bro.
They censored the fuck out of
but
it.
We need like all the good shit, right? Like, and you were showing me that. It's all gone now.
It's all gone.
It's all gone, dude.
They
Like
censored the fuck out of that thing.
So dumb.
Two, we used a lot of our factories that were producing consumer products and we switched them to produce war-related products. And CCP knows this. That's why it wants to put every factory out of business. And they're using subsidies and free money to put other companies out of business. When other countries start fighting back against this, CCP does the performative acts that I just pointed out earlier.
Yep. That's exactly what's going on. Remember what I was showing you a while ago?
So I finally found the reason, Kyle. Also, where the Chinese are fucked up, Kyle, is that they are bound to Hollywood from China. And Kyle, tell me who runs Hollywood?
Jewish niggas. What's up, nigga? Did I tell you last time you come around here, I'ma fuck you up? Now I'm finna get my Jewish niggas. We gonna stab your neck with my bristle knife. We gonna fuck you up, take your money, take your bitches. Shit, better back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up off top, nigga.
Oh fuck, man! And Diamond Head Degenerate, man. Thank God that dude got way too much attention. I know.
Yeah.
I let it go on purpose because I wanted to string. This is what Myron does too.
Yeah.
He lets these bitches get themselves into a position and then
you combo point them.
Comboed them, dude. It's just ridiculous. You're like, first he's like, no, I'm with you. Ha, dun, 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 dun. Oh, no, no. Kanye.
I just switch.
He's smiling. Like, anyway, let's get back to the video.
The video and tell the world, just to show the world that China is the defender of free trade. Here we have JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon explaining exactly why we need to become less dependent on China and Russia in case there is a war in the future.
China and Russia have made it clear they want to kind of dismantle the post-World War II system. And I think the goal of all this trade stuff should be to make Europe and our trading partners, Japan, Korea, Philippines, stronger, not weaker, bring them closer as we build up our military. And any trade that protects military, that we should definitely do. I mean, we made a lot of mistakes about, as you know, pharmaceuticals, shipping, pharmaceutical ingredients, penicillin.
So we're so reliant on China for all of this stuff.
We can't rely on any potential adversary for things we need for our military. And so, there I'm quite sympathetic. That we should do. That's absolutely paramount. But the point about national security is economic security, national security are almost directly related in the long run. Hopefully when these wars get resolved, and I hope in the interest of Ukraine, where they have sovereignty when it's over, and the interest of Israel, and not being constantly attacked by terrorists on three sides, you need to keep the economic alliance together. I think it would be in Russia's and North Korea's, Iran's, and China's interest to fragment the Western world. And I think that would be the biggest long-term mistake. And I'm talking about over 30 or 40 years. I don't.
Obviously, this guy's pushing. I mean, he's pushing the propaganda, of course, and
course.
stuff. But he's right. Like he is right on all of it, right? It's kind of like it's like me waving a flag, America, fuck yeah, right? But he is right. But let's not distract the fact that this guy, not a good dude.
Nope,
not a good dude. Facilitates the drug trade.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Look at those shipping containers. Billions of dollars.
Didn't they stop full of coke?
Yep.
Paid $1 billion. Kept pushing P.
Pushing P.
Pushing P.
Want to read the book about how the West was lost.
This is exactly why China is freaking out right now, because China knows
this guy pushes fentanyl. So I don't want let's not throw rocks at glass houses right now. Fentanyl, coke
cannot just replace US demands because they have built up all the factories, all this overcapacity to compete with US businesses and to satisfy US consumer demand. But on the other hand, US consumers can take their demand and direct it to some other country. Now, I'm sure many of you guys know that we're going to have some pain for short term, but at the end of the day, China has a lot more to lose than the United States.
Right. Now, when you think about this with tariffs, you say, okay, who's flexible and who's inflexible? We can reallocate our demand across borders. Factories that are already built cannot move. They are stuck where they are. China has developed factories for selling to the US consumer market. They have trained workers for selling to the US consumer market. We can move our demand across borders. Those factories and citizens cannot move. They're stuck where they are. And so the incidence will fall on them, just as in the property tax example, right? Now, does this automatically happen on day one? No. But will this happen in the fullness of time? Absolutely. This is just the basic economics of incidence in public finance. And and if the incidence is falling on other countries because they're inflexible, the Chinese now have to find someplace else to absorb their demand, to absorb their excess supply. And guess what? There isn't anywhere else to absorb their excess supply. Who's going to buy as much as American consumers?
Right.
Nobody. Right? There is no place else to absorb their excess supply.
YouTube just dropped.
There's no one like Americans to spend money on stupid, worthless shit.
Yeah.
We are the kings. I'd damn say emperors of like spending on stupid shit to like an insane level. Like I can't think. I mean, my God. I mean, Nikes. Let's see. I guess the video's done. All right, cool. Yeah. But great video, Joe. Big shout out to Business Basics, man, with a great video, man. But pretty much, yeah. Like, I mean, they've got nowhere else to go, and it's like in order to bring up that consumer, like we have 100 years. Yeah, let's call it 1850s from the 18. But let's go from World War II, from like 1945 onwards. We have pushed this consumerism culture. It is ingrained in America to have like that is not the same. There is literally our influencers are figuring out how to buy. It's horrible to spend money on Lamborghinis and Ferraris and get fucking Louis Vuitton and wear diamonds retarded. Yes, I know. And it's propagated by music where a lot of their influencers are trying to figure out how to not spend like their whole thing. There's entire influencers that are like really big influencers where their whole thing is basically today I only spent 12 cents all day today. Dog, you killing it, kill streak. Damn. Where'd you find this? And their entire thing is about not spending any money at all to basically, because there's this huge epidemic that's happening in China that's called, so, all right, we all think the Zoomers are lazy sacks shit.
Hey.
Right, just JK. But you know how every generation's like, oh my God, when back in my day, I used to, taking loads. But But like the generational, there's generational racism.
Yeah.
Or ageism. I think it's ageism, probably. But what generational racism in between all of it, right? But there's a huge portion of the Chinese people, Chinese population that's just giving up, just like the MGTOW, but to an insane level where like they call them the lay flat, the lay downs. They're just laying down and not doing anything. Like shit's getting so crazy in China. There's jobs where couples that don't have kids will hire a Zoomer to pretend to be their son and run errands for them and then hang out with them. Like they're chill, like that's their kids. That's where we're at right now. Rent a son, rent a daughter. When you get married, you did not get to Harvard. You are damn shame. Well, father-son, they don't accept Asians to Harvard because they racist, which is fucked up because if they deserve to go to college, they deserve to go to college, right? But it's it's bad. Whatever you think about MGTOW and walking your own way and shit, they can't even walk their own way. They have to lay down. Like, listen, like MGTOW going my own way. Well, it's nice with the MGTOW. The MGTOW can walk around and go somewhere else. They can passport bro around the world. There's Chinese that are like, there's no MGTOW. There's just MG lay down.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
I'm stuck, dog. I gotta lay down. That's such a good one, bro. Like, oh my God. MGTOW going my own way, and then I'm laying my way down. It's not even black pill. Like there's like they have to stay there. That's it. And this is how bad the economy is so fucked up in China. So just like right, the boomers got all the money here. The millennials are doing bad, but we do have spending power, right? And your spending power, your generation is growing as well, right? Yep. Now, in China, because of state, they have their version of Social Security, right? Mm-hmm. Elderly locations where there's more old people. There's more spending happening in places with old people than there is with young people. Yep. Because the old people have a guaranteed pension, so they have a guaranteed amount of money. So there's more spending in the economy where old people are at. So the old people homes got money. In Chinese terms, they're poor overall, but like in Chinese terms, and where there's it's really bad, Kyle.
Oh, I know.
It's super sad, dude. It's like a whole generation is going to get wasted over there, and like and people are saying the whole generation is getting wasted over here, and I think it's going to fix itself and we're going to climb out of it, but it's bad, dude.
It's not the same.
And then too, like it's a whole thing too. It's sort of like social media, right? Where like every Chinese person that we see is super rich. No, you're only seeing the fraction of the fraction of the fraction. And
you see the highlight reel.
You're seeing the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Now there is a lot of them, so like then it's like wow, there's a lot of them. But if you look at the rest of it, they're doing very badly. Half of their population are actual slaves. Like really, they're actual slaves. The other half is what they consider their middle class, and then they're struggling really bad right now. And what's happening is that their mid-level factories and like upper middle factories are starting to shut down. The mega ultra factories are going to stay open with China. And then you have micro factories, which are people who are like, hey, like Tony Signs. Shout out to Tony Signs, right? They're like all the comments on Instagram is like, we got to keep Tony alive somehow, some way. Tony Signs is going to stay alive, and he will. Right? We have to find a way to export Tony to America. To America. We must save Tony. Like there's a fucking whole black op operation and shit, like diving without a parachute.
Just to save Tony.
LC Signs, baby. LC Signs. So what's this got to do with anything, right? Is that we're going to go through a little period. They're printing money. The United States is starting to print money now. The Chinese are way ahead of us on printing money. Yep. On essentially what's happened in the last 4 months, the Chinese have printed, I think the number is $4 to $5 trillion in their local currency, which is something close to like $800 billion US in order to basically level out their economy from completely crashing right now. The 5% growth rate, which is not true. They're actually going through deflation right now, which is if you have debt or you basically in a consumer economy or in debt-ridden economies, which the Chinese now are in debt. Yeah. They ran through their surplus already. You can have surplus with the country, but be overall in decline, right? The aging, the problem with China is that they have too many olds, not many news. America, we have equal, like me and Kyle's like a millennial, Kyle's a Gen Z. Yep. Our demographic is, I think we combined it together, we're like 5 or 10% bigger than boomers. So we're enough to replace these old fucks.
Yeah.
Barely. In Europe, if we had 2 kids or 2.1 kids, they had 1.1 kids. So they are literally like for every 2 old people, there's 1 young person in Europe. Because they just know, the Europeans are just so more sophisticated.
Yeah,
they just know so much. They just know so much better. So crypto will save us, because what's happening is all this money, as these old people die, the money transfers to younger people, as well as it goes back to the funds, and the money has to flow into these assets. These assets have limited supply over time. And this money's international. You can't stop it with Bitcoin and Ethereum. These assets will go up over time.
Yeah,
quite substantially. Oh yeah. So yeah. Brandon, great point. Yeah, Ghost City. So China essentially has enough money because they had how much? Let me see.
They overbuilt, man.
How much surplus did they have? Oh, second. What was the surplus?
During what years?
And I'll say 2008.
256 billion. That's in the first 11 months.
Okay, so basically, record surplus apparently $300 billion, which exceeded 1.9 trillion by the end of 2008. Yep. So they had almost $2 trillion in surplus just against the United States. Not talking about everyone else, just the United States. They had 2 trillion.
2.4, yeah.
What about now? What about now? I can't talk about that. To where in 2024. Oh crap! It went. I put the deep research one. 24. I'll find out. But basically, they're going through their housing crisis right now, and so they don't have a housing crisis in China. People can get a house.
Yes.
It's just the place you want to live at, where the jobs are at. It's expensive.
Can't afford, man.
You can't afford
the coffin houses.
Yeah, it's really bad. What will they do with those cities that aren't popular? They're eventually going to go. I think half of them are going to be essentially knocked down and recycled, scrapped. Yeah. Deep Sync would say they got 10 trillion in surplus. I bet they would.
I bet they would.
Well, Deep Sync, you can't talk about, you can't talk about Winnie the Pooh.
Tenement Square
or Winnie the Pooh. On ChatGPT, you can't talk about them. Boys.
When you're playing against Chinese players in CS:GO, you want them to quit, and they're like cheating or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You just spam Tenement Square into their chat because they get it all monitored, so they're forced to leave. Imagine that.
Is that what we call a pro gamer move?
Pro gamer move, man. That's a tip right there. I'm not even lying, bro. This is real.
Let's see. I heard somewhere it's easy. Yeah, because the government officials all just get government handouts.
Yeah,
and they all steal money.
Exactly.
Imagine it's like they suck ass at doing anything, and then they just get handed a business effectively, and then get guaranteed government contracts. I mean, that happens in all governments a little bit, of course, right? But it's just to such a large extent, Are we playing with them online? I thought they were all internet. Some places, yes.
Do, some
I think it's only in a couple very large games, but it's controlled on their side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like League of Legends and stuff like that.
Like when I say Winnie the Pooh, all they hear is kick.
Yeah, but this was also back in 2016.
Do I want to call them the Horde? I guess I'll call them the Horde. The Horde. The Whores.
The Whores.
But you guys, I'm DCAing still. I'm buying. I bought some Ethereum. I'm buying Sonic. I'm buying in the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Buying PGC. I'm gonna probably get some more Teddy Bear. I'm getting into quite a few different things. I'm mostly buying Sonic to then distribute into where I'm gonna place it in the Sonic ecosystem. But it's just easier to buy Sonic.
Yep.
Crypto.com. I'm looking to get some Sui and There's just so much to buy, and then I'm just mostly acquiring. Believe it or not, I'm doing like a Pepe / like Doge bag.
Okay.
So since Doge is coming back down, I've been DCAing a little into Doge. Pepe's just I think Pepe will do very well still, even if it just goes back to its all-time high. Dog, I'm winning. 3 I'd like to buy it if. Oh, I'm sure. I thought I was sharing screen. Sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and then China does not want to sell the U.S. bonds because that's how they get access to dollars.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: a lot of the Chinese bonds that China's been buying that had Chinese bonds are bonds when the interest rates were at 0. So I would be selling those, but for a loss. Or they just have to just wait until they come due, and that way get all their money back, and then buy the new ones that have higher rates. So the Chinese, like, if I was China, I'd be buying the bonds now because they actually pay something.
Yep.
Because imagine when they were paying nothing, you were getting barely like 2%, 1.9% yield, dude. Damn, that's trash, dog. I mean, it's all printed anyways. I mean, but still, but like, imagine now you're getting like 4.2, 4.4% on a 10-year bond. That's every $1 billion. So let me put it in $1 million. Every $1 million is $42,000 a year for 10 years. Okay. For every billion, right? Or for every 4 billion, right? Or for every 100 billion they have in treasuries, right?
4 million.
It's about $4.2 billion of just yield they get every year. And I think they roughly have 800, 900 billion of bonds, give or take. So like, let's just say that is, I'm giving the most rosiest expectation right now. If all the bonds were paying 4%, which they're not, they're not, right? But if they were, right, we're talking about 4.2, whoops, 4. Oh, I hit the zeros. 1.2 times 9, roughly about almost $40 billion a year in just dollars. That's dollars that they can use to buy things from the market that they need. So they need that income so they could, because a lot of places are not accepting the Chinese currency. So so if you want resources, you want oil, it's got to be in dollars. And if the Middle East gets some funny idea about not using dollars for oil, there's about to be some regime change.
Yeah, there could be a new prince.
That's a U.S. cock on the tell you what. So with that, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, man. Join the Citadel, man. We have 600 plus members in there, you guys, and growing. We are going to be having some flash webinars very soon now. For the crypto mindset course. We're not done with flash webinars for the course. We will share a few of them with the Citadel. And thank you so much for joining me, man. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow on Moon Gang, live here from Las Vegas, WrestleMania. Peace.